Another day, another post, it's all the same sad show. You've got nothing better to do than watch my little world glow. The keyboard gang is back online, typing with their glasses on, digging up my history from dusk until the dawn. You take it way too far, you're living in my real life. You take it way too far, you're living in my real life. Y'all see this mess? Every single night. Swipe up on that screen, yeah, get the bird's eye view. Look at this tacky house, bless her little heart, it's new. Bingo, bitches, that's a foreclosure. Bingo, bitches, posting up for exposure. Woo, got another one, that ain't nothing, watch this. Pool looking green and the lawn is overgrown. She call that shabby chic, I just call that being broke. Bingo, bitches, she can't hide that debt now. Bingo, bitches. Bless her heart, I saw her post. Of all her little friends she loves the most. We're just sweet ladies on the web, with gentle thoughts inside our head. Oh, we're just sweet ladies on the web. Sweet ladies on the web.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Let me get to the comments.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Susie. Good morning, Heidi. StreamYard's acting a little slow today. Not as good as last week, but not as bad as the week before. That's all I can ask for.
Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day, y'all. I got a little bit of Irish in me. A little smidgen. I'm a mutt. My ancestors were loving everyone.
I hear you.
Hey, Stanley Cup. Have you ever done one of those, like the Ancestry DNA?
No, I want to do one, but I'm afraid. Yeah, but I want to do one. The 23andMe or something.
Why are you afraid?
I don't know, man. I might be related to some terrible person in history. I don't want to know. I'm just kidding.
Well, if they end up being like a serial killer, you could help catch them.
That's true.
Have you heard those stories where they're able to like catch them based off of like family members doing those ancestry DNA things?
Yes, because then
Isn't that
they're
wild?
able. Yeah, that is crazy.
That is. Hey, Miss Tabitha. Good morning. Hey, Erica.
Good morning.
Yeah,
everyone.
same, Susie. A little bit of everything. Everything European, I pretty much have.
Mm-hmm.
I think Irish is the least of them. That's like my smallest smidgen of DNA.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, Sin? How you doing?
Everything is everything. I was in a chat the other day, and I had shared on my channel that I was born Muslim. You know what I mean? Because my paternal grandfather was a Marine and converted to Islam and changed his name. So then him and my grandmother had my two uncles and my mom, and they were all given Muslim names. Like I have an uncle, I had, may he rest in peace, Muhammad Ali, and my uncle Mustafa, he's still alive, Kolamus, and my mom was named Amina. So I had never shared that because, people are not well on the internet, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I shared their first names, and they didn't practice Muslim, but I was born into that. And so it's interesting that my mom and my uncles have Muslim names, and Then my grandfather went back and changed his name back to his original name after he gave his kids all Muslim names, Muslim last names and everything. And then he went back to a Hispanic name, which is hilarious and interesting and all the things. But yeah.
I love the mix. I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's
so
crazy that like we're even worried to share that kind of stuff. Like it's wild.
I know.
Hey,
I know.
honey.
But I'm at a point where, hey, Kratos, I'm at a point where it is what it is. I don't dox people. I don't go real life. And if somebody does it to me, it says more about them. So it is what it is at this point.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, JJ.
Hello.
Hi. You hear me?
Oh, there you are. Hey, girl.
Hey. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I
sweet
didn't
potato.
even hear the first 7 or 6.5 minutes of the live because, man, it's been a morning. But okay.
It
What's
has
going
been
on?
morning.
Hi,
And hey,
everybody.
hey, sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
Better
She's
late
so
than
sweet,
never.
you sweet potato.
Hi, everyone.
Miss
Hi.
Tabitha, what's up, girl? You got some shit
There's
to
your
say and some
queen.
comments? I read your stuff and I just laugh so hard. She's one of my
We
favorite
need
commenters to read.
We need people like Miss Tabitha to make us laugh.
Yeah, it's hilarious because it's very to the point, and I love that. I love people.
And
Hey,
it's like,
Simply Blonde.
hey, Simply Blonde, with everything going on, it's really cathartic.
Mhm. It's really bad when it's cathartic to hear someone speak the truth. You know that things are really messed up because there's a lot of lies out there. And when someone speaks the truth, it can be very cathartic. It's like, thank you, Jesus. Someone gets it.
Yeah, it's like validating to know. Well, especially nowadays where a lot of people are seeing the truth now. And I knew this day would always come.
Yeah, it always does.
Well, I wanted to touch on a tiny bit of like 90-day stuff first.
Okay.
And you guys, I don't want this to be a long live. Touch on a couple things, and then we have something to react to, and I'm going to end. Because, Cindy, I know you got to get ready and set up for your live later.
Yeah,
And
my
just
live is at 3:30.
3:30.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to share
Yeah.
the link at the end. Just someone remind me.
Do we got a mod in here?
I don't even know how to go about this.
I can share it at the end. I'll wait to the end and share it
Okay. All right.
in the chat.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
90-day is like, holy shit, drama central, right?
Oh my God.
It doesn't typically bother me, but a couple things that like very racist things have been said this past week, and I just find it highly disgusting.
Yeah. Well, it is. Honestly, it is. There's no reason, but there's no reason for it. There are a lot of other things that you can call someone, say about somebody without going at their race, stereotypes, anything like that. Hey, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah. Good morning, Terry.
And I think
I
that we
don't-
can all say, like, we all have stereotypes that we've heard growing up. You know what I mean? I can, for our generation, right? Bliss, you're a little younger than me and JJ, but our generation, I know that there was stereotypes. Even like my paternal grandmother had stereotypes that she would repeat, and as I got older, I had to tell her those things are not okay. You can't say that, grandma. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Those are not true. And so I think we all have these stereotypes ingrained in our minds. And some, because I've even repeated stereotypes. I'm glad Sunshine stayed of mind because she pulled me up on one when I was angry and was doing a video. And I made a generalized statement that was a stereotype. And I appreciate it. At the moment, I was a little fired up when she approached me about it, but it was, I appreciated that. You know what I mean? After I cooled down, I appreciated that because I needed to be pulled up on that and realize that you can't say anything you want just because you're angry, because words have consequences and they affect people. And so I appreciated that, but I'm saying that to say that I've been guilty of it as well. Saying some ignorant crap when I was angry, but it's not a pattern of behavior for me. Um, Even though there's stereotypes about Puerto Ricans, all the things, right?
Oh my
The
God.
play on words, Ricans reek, they stink.
They're roaches, they're dirty, all of it.
Yeah, that's a generalized, stereotype that I don't really take too personally when people say it. I brush it off as a joke.
Me
but
too.
But when you say all brown people should be unalived, that's a whole other layer. I don't think, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, we're all guilty of it. I know that. I'm not being a hypocrite and acting like we don't all have stereotypes or have heard stereotypes or believe stereotypes, but it's about being aware of it and not just, those are not my go-to insults. They're really not. I don't think of racism or any of that even when I'm mad. The N-word doesn't roll off my tongue ever. And in New York, they say the N-word with the A all the time.
And
same
that's
here.
it. I don't think that people understand how much environment matters and what you grew up with. And I try very hard to give people a lot of leeway or grace. Like, okay, whoa, they grew up a little differently, but once they're told that, listen, man, you like, why you're going after one person, but in reality, like, what you say is hitting millions of people if they heard it.
Yeah, because it's a generalization,
Yeah, and
and
I don't want that. I don't ever want to make
you
anybody
did that. You did that one time, Cindy. And yeah, that was just like a heated, again, I've always said context matters. And that was like a heated situation. But Sunshine, thank you. She brought us up on our shit. She
Yep.
put us in our place. We had to, swallow it and digest it. And she was exactly right. We didn't go instantly to excusing it because the person that you were speaking on, Sin, we don't like.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
It's wrong all around. Like, and for like 3 different kinds of slurs to be dropped so easily in one live.
That's how they feel. That's how they feel. Again, it's you're using the N-word over and over and over again. You use the slurs towards Hispanics. That's how you feel. You feel that any minority is beneath you. And it affects every Black person you say it about. Remove the person it was directed towards. That's how that person feels about Black people. That's how that person feels about Hispanic people. We keep trying to say, well, it's about this one person, F them. No, that's how they feel about all Black people. That's how they feel about all Hispanic people.
Yeah.
The way it so easily just rolls off the tongue is what's shocking. Susie's right. She says, I think people who use racial slurs when angry always have those thoughts in their hearts.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. Because
that's how they really feel.
Yeah, because no matter what, and I've gotten mad at minorities on here, both Black, Hispanic, whatever, and no matter what, I never thought like to go off on these, because that's not in my brain. That's not the way I speak, to go after these people for minority stereotypes or call out their skin color. Like, that's weird. To me, you're a person. You're just a person. That's it. Not Black, Puerto Rican. I mean, anybody who wants to talk about their culture, I think, is beautiful. That's amazing. But that's not a thought in my head when I'm frustrated with somebody. It's usually it's always that they've come after me or someone that I love. So, hey, Maria.
Yeah, and I always say, like, hey, Maria, context, I, like Cindy said, like, I don't, like, these words don't bother me. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to say it without sounding kind of nasty, but
No,
I
no, no.
respect
I get
other
it. I get it.
people's.
You've heard it. You've heard it, Chris. You live in
Well, some of
Baltimore.
them I've never heard, if I'm being honest. I'm just, there's been a couple of them, like, I've never even
Really?
fucking heard those before. But I do think context matters. But in the context that we're speaking of specifically here, like, this was a live that was just done out of straight, like, unhingedness anger.
Yeah,
So,
gross.
yeah, it was gross. All right. That's really all I wanted to say on that, honestly.
Cool.
I kind of wanted to talk about what I call group mentality gaslighting. And
God.
it's about like enmeshed groupthink and how that plays out on YouTube. So I'm just going to read
That is so prevalent and important to talk about, even though nobody ever does. But it's important because we see it over and over. And people like me, okay, and I, like you and Cindy, Cindy's a monetized channel. I love it. I want her to grow. I encourage her to do more content. People love her. She always speaks from the heart, whether she's dragging someone or not. She is speaking from the heart and people listen, and they usually don't have a problem with it. So, and then you are growing your channel. For me, I'm not. I don't care about growing my channel. I don't. I'm here to I have friends on here. I love to listen. I like to listen to the drama, hear the drama. Being in the middle of the drama sucks, but I still like to hear it. Sorry, I liked reality TV too. I don't know. It's human nature for some of us. But I, at the same time, don't think that things that I say may not be as important or as I don't even know how to what is the phrase I'm looking for? It's not just that it's not important, it's that I'm able to take a step back and look at this without the money aspect involved.
Morning, Jules.
Hey, Jules.
Hey,
Girl, you've
Jules.
been
All right,
getting
I'm
it
going to
lately.
read this.
Poor
She's
Jules.
all right. You know what? I am going to say this. Jules, you've been handling yourself like a G. And I really respect that. And I don't want this to come off like offensive or like a downer because I see so much growth compared to a couple years ago. I don't feel like you would have handled it as well. And
Yeah,
I
you
just
didn't
want to
even
say
a
that
couple of
like
years
it's
ago, you didn't even want to be like in her chat or her channel. And to a point I understood, and I was for a long time loyal to Jules. But at the same time, I'm a right or wrong person, and right is right, wrong is wrong. And what's been going on lately, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, why? What? And I need to see if somebody can show some proof of what she's done, I would love that. But so far, I've only heard people say what their thoughts are or their conspiracies are. Can we see proof? Because I've not seen that yet. And until then, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that because I'm a proof kind of person.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how it plays out. And I'm glad, like, I didn't want that to come off like negative towards you, Jules. And
Yeah.
yes, you know what? I've had some of my own criticisms of Jules, but I think that makes me, like, in today's scenario going on, more of an unbiased viewpoint. And I'm not going to say like my viewpoint is better than anyone else. I'm just saying like I've never been loyal to Jules, but
No.
I've really been enjoying your channel, Jules. You put on a fucking awesome show and you just got it, girl. Some people got it, some people don't.
It.
She's got
You
it.
can tell when people put work into it and put effort, and she definitely does. And we had our issues, but at the same time, even when I was like coming in her chat hard. Her chat was still very nice to me, and so was Jules, and they were accepting, even though I hadn't been in there in like a year. They still
Same.
they're like, no, JJ, that's not what it's about. But they were nice and they were kind, and I appreciated that.
Well, JJ, that's what made me stay because, again, I have been critical of Jules in the past. I do think that some of my criticisms maybe still hold, but again, it's in the past. Nothing has ever gone crazy. Like, even when you guys had your fallout, nothing went crazy or real life or was beyond repair, like the stuff that's going on nowadays with others.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do.
I agree.
I don't want to do that to anybody.
I agree. I think that people like to call people flip floppers, and I think they don't understand that if you just look at YouTube the way you look at your personal relationships, where in your personal life you get frustrated with people, you get annoyed with people. It's just that the internet is how we socialize with these other people, right? So everything is much more public. Sorry, I don't know who the hell is honking like that, but in your personal life, it's so annoying. Like, it's so annoying, these cars. Anyway, in your personal life, you get annoyed with somebody, you talk about it in your group of friends, and it's not publicized. But on YouTube, it's public. So it seems more like, oh my God, they fall out with everybody. But if you really thought about it, there's times when you get mad at your friends or, your people that you're acquaintances with, right? In real life, co-workers, and you don't talk for a few days or a few weeks, and then you make up, you make amends. It's the same kind of thing. And I'm always able to make amends with people if they haven't crossed my personal boundaries, which are my kids, my family, my deceased mom. You know what I mean? Trying to go real life on me. If you haven't crossed any of those boundaries for me, there's always room to make amends. And you know what I mean? Like, be good. There's certain no's forever, and they know who they are, the 5%. But Jules was never a no forever to me. She wasn't. So I don't think it's flip-flopping, going back into her chat, and it had nothing to do with anyone else.
No,
The same way I don't look at where other people went and who they were talking to because maybe me and that person don't like each other. I didn't monitor other people and say, oh, well, you're in a chat of somebody that hates me, so I'm holding that against you. That's so immature, and I never gauged my personal relationships with people like that. And people that want to do that to me, that's on you, man. That's on you.
Yeah,
I'm not worrying about that.
That's a you decision.
And I've seen, and I've told Jules, I've seen the way she reacts to situations. She's taken a lot of introspective work, like not to come and flip out. Like people want to see that. They want to see that. And I've seen a lot of growth with her. And I'm not like, I hate that I'm acting like I'm giving her like some kind of criticism, like, you know what I mean? Talking down to her. I'm not trying to be condescending because I have a lot of room for improvement myself. But I'm just saying,
we all do.
I just see that she's not reactionary the way she used to be. And I have to give her props on that, for real. And with everything that's happening, it's not easy.
Yeah, because I don't, I've seen no proof yet that Jules is this horrible person. And I don't want to be tied to people that just do things to somebody because they don't like them. Like, what happened there? Like, how do you, if nobody goes at my family, my business, my house, like my entire real life, what am I supposed to do with that? All I do is go back at the person for their behavior online. And I don't understand why people can't stick to that. Behaviors online, not offline. Well, that's none of our business.
This is where the enmeshed groupthink comes in for me. Because, listen, I'm loyal. Like, you guys know, like, you guys are my girls. Like, I'm loyal to my girls.
You are.
But that doesn't mean that I can't look at situations logically and call y'all out if I think it's wrong. And I just want to say real quick, Jules, I'm not seeing the spiral, girl. They're like, that must be like a manifestation for some people because I ain't seeing it. But I think this is the problem. You get in this group where everyone hates one person. So I'm just going to read this. Give me your thoughts. So, enmeshed groupthink occurs when a group's desire for harmony or conformity results in an irrational or dysfunctional decision-making outcome. When a group gaslights a member, they used enforced consensus to make the dissenter feel like their perception of reality is flawed because it doesn't align with the group's truth. And that's exactly correct. Like, I feel like in some areas of YouTube, like, if you even disagree with what the group is saying, like, I mean, we've been there. Like, they will come at you
And
hard,
it's weird.
gaslight until you conform to the narrative that, they want. And I'm not down for that anywhere. I'm not down for it with y'all. I'm not down for it with BX. Like, I'm always going to look at everything individually, try to look at it unbiased, even though sometimes that's impossible. But at least look at it logically and come to my own conclusion. Like, I will never let a group decide how I should be viewing or seeing things ever again.
Nope, me either.
No,
Ever since I
never.
left the anti-KJ, that was groupthink. That was
Exactly.
the biggest example of groupthink that I can think of that I was personally involved in.
Horrific.
Where everything had to revolve around one person, and she had to be protected at all times, and we had to check in to make sure it wouldn't affect her channel, any comments we made, any videos or lives we wanted to do on our own respective channels, had to make sure it wouldn't interfere with her. And it was just the most bizarre thing. And I had never seen anything like it in my life. And I've never seen anything like it again. And I allowed it for so long. I allowed people to talk to me crazy, scream at me behind the scenes, call me into like group phone calls to chastise me and question me. And it was crazy. And I allowed it for so long. And I was like, Cindy, this isn't normal. Like, when would you ever allow this ever? Like, what is happening here?
You left when they tried to do that to me, and I hung up on them. And then you were done.
Hold on real quick. I want to get more specific here because this was on my list of things to talk about. Literally on my list, it says Cindy's story.
Yes,
so you guys,
story.
This happened.
We both got a story, honey.
Well, we all have stories. But this, what we're talking about specifically, happened back when we were all kind of, involved with the anti-KJ community. And there was a creator named Charlotte on the web. I'm just going to name her ass. Is she still even around?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's still
Apparently
around.
she is.
Really?
She covers Lisa Richard and stuff. Yeah.
That's how much I don't pay attention to like anything. It's outside of like, I'm not going to hate watch. I'm not going to look for people I dislike. Like, yeah. Anyways, so this happened back in the day, and this, like, her following, like, legit turned into almost a cult. And it was kind of, I thought that way before I knew, Cindy, of anything that happened with you guys specifically. And then when I heard you tell the story a little bit, because there's only one, like, you guys stayed quiet for years. I can only remember one live where you went into specifics and talked about it. So I was hoping you could go in a little bit specifics about maybe how you got involved with Charlotte and like what this like group like started pushing on you and like what they were doing to you.
Well, again, this is my perspective. They probably see things differently, but I met Charlotte on the web through T-Spiracy. I was a subscriber of T-Spiracy when she had like 200 subscribers. I messed with, I'm trying not to curse, I messed with T-Spiracy. And I was a mod of hers and a member of hers and all the things. And like a bunch of anti-KJ creators started coming out, like EKC and Dottie Morgan and Charlotte. And so we started like going into their chats, and then Charlotte and T-Spiracy became really, really friendly. And so that's how I met Julie Virgo and all the other people. And so we all became like a group, right? We were all in each other's chats, intermingling, becoming mods for each other and all the things. And there were things that I was unaware of behind the scenes, like things that T-Spiracy and a few of her closer friends were questioning about Charlotte, because I started like really, everybody was like, protect Charlotte. When I met Charlotte, I thought Charlotte was in her 60s. I did. Because the persona she put on, like she would do the grandma hairstyles, and the clothing, and her way of speaking just made her seem much older than she was. And it wasn't until we fell out that I realized she was my age. And so it became like this protect Charlotte thing. The big breakup happened with T-Spiracy and all of them, and I don't want to get into that. I feel like now in hindsight, I chose the wrong side. You know, there is sides, because you know, I hate saying that, but that is definitely sides. I tried to stay neutral for a minute until it became impossible. And I thought, again, because I didn't have all the information, because of course T-Spiracy didn't have to tell me, that there was a lot of things that they were noticing and seeing that didn't sit right with them. And I didn't see it like that at that moment. I didn't have all the information. And then I started noticing this weird thing, like everybody has to protect Charlotte. You have to run things by Charlotte. You have to go into Discord, and they have to, and Discord is not evil. Discord is what you make it. Okay. I want to say that. But I was being summoned into, because Kim and Stacy, you know, were with T-Spiracy. I'm saying it this way to make it easy. And Kim had lost her husband. May he rest in peace. And I didn't speak to her, I didn't reach out to her, but my uncle passed away. And Kim reached out to me to give me condolences. So I gave her condolences, and it was about to be Christmas. And I gave her condolences, and I said, I'm so sorry. I can imagine what you and your young children must be going through. Their first holidays without your husband, their first holidays without their dad. And that was it. So then Kim went on a panel, and Real Entertainment News, may he rest in peace. We were cool at that time. So he told her, please just don't drag Selfie or JJ. I'm cool with them. And she said, no, I have no problem with Selfie. I just spoke to her last night, or this morning, or something along those lines. So of course the bat signal went out to Charlotte, right? All her peoples, Selfie's talking to Kim, the enemy. She's playing double agent. So I was summoned into Discord. Like it was demanded of me to get my ass in Discord. And I went in there, and they're all yelling at me, and they always did this when JJ wasn't in there. And they're all yelling at me, how dare I speak to Kim? And I'm like, what the hell? Huh? I'm confused at their level of anger, and like who they really think they are. And I'm like, what? I gave her condolences. And they're like, why did you reach out to Kim? I'm like, I gave her condolences. Like, she reached out to me, gave me condolences. I gave her condolences. I don't care. There's no reason. Like, what? When they're telling me they don't care, there's no excuse for me reaching out to somebody that they dislike. Hello? This goes beyond YouTube, dude. This goes beyond YouTube. Like, she lost her husband. Her children lost their dad. You're trying to tell me that your dislike for this woman on YouTube is going to override her having a loss like that? Or that's when I was like, okay, this is fucking crazy. So then I don't know if it was that situation, but there was a couple of situations where I would get demanded to come into Discord because I greeted somebody in a chat that they didn't think I should greet. They don't like them. If Charlotte didn't like them, or her top mods didn't like them, or felt like it was somebody who tried to harm Charlotte, we weren't allowed to greet them. We were supposed to ignore them in the chat. I didn't want to do that. I don't get down like that. So there were multiple times. JJ had just come down to New York. I think it was with the Kim situation, if I'm not mistaken. JJ had just come down to New York. Okay, yeah, for a wedding. The live JJ had in our channel is still on her channel, where we went to we hung out, we went to have coffee, we went to have a drink and eat food, and we live streamed the entire thing, and we had a great time. And JJ had fun. Yeah, and JJ had a wedding rehearsal that evening.
Yes.
So they found out about the Kim thing, and they're going crazy on JJ, telling her all these things. Now, mind you, she's at a family function. She came all the way from Florida for a family function. We had just spent the entire day together, and they're telling her that I'm giving out private information to Kim and all these things. JJ wrote a whole paragraph, like upset. I didn't even know she was crying and all the things. So I get summoned into a voice call. JJ is at the reception, so of course she's not in the voice call. They tell me how bad I've hurt JJ, irreversibly I've hurt her. Go see what she wrote up in the Discord. And I'm like, I don't understand what I did. I gave her condolences, and that's when they're screaming at me. There's no excuse for that. And I remember I'm crying because I can't understand. Like, what are we talking about? This woman suffered a loss. And Caddy, I love her so much. She was in the voice call crying with me because she hears me crying. Like, what are you guys talking about? I hurt JJ. Like, what? I didn't understand. And Caddy was crying with me because she, fed off of my emotions. She couldn't understand it either. And it just went on like that multiple times. They would, summon me into a call and yell at me and all the things. And the last time, when me and JJ walked away, I actually walked away because of the way they spoke to JJ. I allowed them to speak to me crazy, but when they spoke to JJ crazy, I fucking walked away. So we had accused Julie Virgo. Yaya's Yabbering had done a sock account called Cindy's Nose Candy. And I jumped out the window and blamed Julie Virgo on Twitter. JJ blamed her on a video or somewhere on YouTube. So we found out it wasn't Julie. So I went to Twitter because, again, the apology needs to be as loud as the disrespect. I accused her on Twitter, so I went to Twitter and I apologized to her. And JJ did a video and apologized to Julie Virgo. They were livid. They called us into a voice call. They're yelling at JJ. She didn't even get a chance to explain. And they're yelling at her and she's like, fuck this, I'm out. And then when JJ hangs up, I'm like, listen, you guys are not even letting her talk. And then Charlotte and another one of her mods at the same time, what about our feelings? And I said, oh, okay, you know what? I'm out. That's exactly what I said. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm out. Peace. And I hung up. And me and JJ walked away and we said, we're taking a weekend. We need a break. And so Charlotte had her 5:00 lives. And because we weren't in her lives, she took our wrenches and all the things and we walked the fuck away. Like, enough. That was like the breaking point. Enough. Because they had wanted JJ not to be friends with me. They were telling her that I was using drugs. Another person I don't want to involve because we're not fighting anymore. But another person, she gave me 2 tablets, a Kindle Fire and another Samsung tablet that I was eternally grateful for. I didn't ask for. And my ex-husband sold them. He did. And I was devastated. I tried to hide them, all the things. And they went to Teaspiracy and told her that I was allowing my husband to sell things, that I was using drugs, that I was taking advantage of people, and it wasn't. They didn't tell her everything that I had going on. Teaspiracy didn't know because we were no longer friends. So she didn't know that I was dealing with my husband having relapse. They just made it sound like I was using drugs, like, partying and taking advantage of people and all the things. And they gave her a grocery list because this person would talk to me crazy in voice call all the time. That JJ and a few other people had to tell her, you need to stop talking to Cindy like this. This is crazy.
I sure did. I hung up on them too. I said, you people need to learn how to fucking talk to people. That was my exact words. And I said, until you do, I'm not bothering. I hung up. And then suddenly I got all these messages. Oh, we're sorry. We didn't mean it like that. I'm like, you don't have to apologize to me. You need to apologize to Cindy. That was not okay. They ganged up and it wasn't okay. It made me sick. And that was the first time that I got a hint of what they were talking to you like when I wasn't there. Because they knew if I was there, I would have done what I did. And
it was bad. It was bad. And they would talk to me like that all the time. And it really came to a head with me where they wanted me to be ousted because I was interfering with Charlotte's money. There was a
Mhm.
person that was extremely generous and would give to Julie Virgo. Julie Virgo didn't ask, okay? I have apologized to Julie Virgo, and I don't think I can apologize enough to Julie Virgo. She didn't deserve any of the shit that she got.
I agree.
Seriously. Okay. And I'll be eternally apologetic to Julie
Same.
Virgo. Anyway, but they were mad because this really generous woman would help Julie out, never denied it. And she helped me out too. Like she sent me for Christmas for my kid or whatever. And it was bad. So the person that used to always scream at me to appease her guilty conscience, she would just randomly send me a Cash App or PayPal. I can't remember if it was Cash App, PayPal, one of those, right? Venmo, I don't remember. And she would DM me and say, don't tell anybody, but here, I'm sorry I spoke to you like that, and send me money all the time. And I'm like, what the hell? So they went to T-Spiracy and said that I was taking advantage of people, and that wasn't the case. I still have the DMs where she would come to me and be like, don't tell them that I'm sending you this. I'm sorry I spoke to you like that. Like her way of apologizing was with money, but it had nothing to do with me. The one time that I asked for a pizza, I asked for a $6 pizza. Yeah, because we were doing bad. My ex-husband was stealing food out of our refrigerator. Like he was stealing seasonings.
Your packs of meat, anything.
My packs of meat were gone. My rice, my bags of rice. I would try to open all the packs of meat and he would still sell them. He would sell my oil, my rice. He would sell everything. So I was without food because I had to stop shopping like a normal person does. Like, you shop every 2 weeks or every week. I had to shop daily because that was the only way things wouldn't go missing. And it was a living hell in that life. Staying clean, dealing with my kids, going to work, and my kids calling me, Mom, my sneakers are missing. Mom, my coat. He was stealing my kids' coats. They had to go to school. And so it was bad.
Oh my God, I remember that. Oh my God, that was awful.
So I started interfering with her money. And because whatever money this woman was giving that didn't belong to any of us, was giving to others, it was taking it from Charlotte. And so they were like talking about me, and I wouldn't even know they were talking about me. Like we would be in a phone call and Charlotte would be making comments about a grifter taking advantage of people, and she was talking about me and I didn't even know it was me. And just a lot of shit like that. Yep. And I cut the woman off. Because I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't take advantage of people. I'm in a bad situation, but I'm not taking advantage of people. I've had people show me so much kindness. I've never said this, but allegedly had shown me so much kindness and helped me so much back then. And I never forgot that. Allegedly was one of the kindest people to me.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Would talk to me on the phone. We have each other's phone numbers. I know her real name. I would never say it. Allegedly has been one of the kindest people to me too, and never thrown it in my face, never mentioned it to anybody. But it was always thrown in my face. And so I cut the woman off and I blocked her because I'm not a user. And JJ knows that. I told JJ, I blocked her. And
yes,
I didn't want anything from
and it was back then when if you were somebody who really wanted to use someone, you could have just kept it going and you cut it off. You were done. Even at the worst of times in your life, you didn't allow her to continue to send you stuff so that way she could tell other people she sent it to you. You cut it off. And
because she was telling Charlotte stuff and I was just like, you know what? I don't want this. I didn't ask you for things. You would say that you felt like I was your family and all the things. Family doesn't do people like that. Exactly. So they gave T-Spiracy a list and they embellished. They said that they gave me $100 for streaming equipment. That never happened. They gave her the grocery list because they ordered me. I asked for a $6 pizza from Little Caesars in Brooklyn. Back then you could get a pie for $6. So I went to my friends, these group of people that were my closest friends, and JJ knows, she was there. And I was like, can anybody just buy me a pizza? Just send it to my house for my son.
Yeah, you were hungry.
Sorry.
It was bad. Yeah, I know.
I asked for a fucking pizza, and they went without me knowing, and went online and bought me groceries, had them sent to my house, and then went to Teespiracy, gave her the list, and I was mocked and made fun of. And to this day, people still bring it up, but they have no idea what I was dealing with. I had dealers coming to me trying to. I swear to God, I still have these messages.
Yeah, I know.
My ex-husband would steal from them, owe them money. They would come to me and tell me, well, you could pay off his debt if you give me a little nookie. And I told them, go fuck themselves. Go fuck yourself.
Y'all.
I'm not paying off.
This happened. What Cindy is saying is not a lie. It's not an exaggeration. I was there. I heard messages. I seen videos that her husband was like taking in the middle of the night of her because he was like paranoid or something while she's sleeping on the couch. It was bad. And I was so happy when her son finally came and got. I would have done anything to get you out of there.
I know. JJ would tell me
it was really bad. And so I just want to summarize this for people. So Charlotte and Teespiracy had a falling out. At the time, you were lacking all the information. Basically, when it comes down to it, you sided with Charlotte. Shortly after that, you started seeing exactly who Charlotte was and started peeping her cult following, who would, on one hand, fucking love bomb you and use money as a weapon. That way, you feel guilty, they hold it against you, then they're able to throw it back in your face. So then you guys are starting to peep Charlotte and Charlotte people. So you probably at that point realized that Teespiracy was right, but you couldn't even go to her and maybe apologize and smooth things over because the disgusting people went to her first. And then, a live was done coming at you, disgusting Cindy with the fake list, blah, blah, blah. So what I kind of want to segue into, what happens after that? Because you think, so now you don't have anyone. You don't have Charlotte. You don't have Teespiracy. This is when you and JJ were like on your fucking own. And you guys, everyone, left and right, everyone was coming at them so fucking hard. This is what it's called: mobbing. Commonly used in workplace or organizational psychology, mobbing is a form of collective bullying. It involves a group ganging up on a target through humiliation, spreading rumors, systematically dismissing the target's version of events until the target begins to doubt their own professional or social competence. And then here comes the flying monkeys. This term is derived, of course, from my favorite movie of all time, The Wizard of Oz. It is often used in psychology to describe people who act on behalf of a central manipulator, often a narcissist, to harass or gaslight a victim. The group reinforces the manipulator's false narrative, making the victim feel isolated and crazy because everyone else seems to agree with the lie.
Yep. And I want to say also, they tried to go to Julie Virgo. Jennifer P. went to multiple creators. Teespiracy was a way bigger creator. I wasn't even at 1,000, not blaming her. Okay. They spoon fed her false information or without context, or you know what I mean? Like not what was really happening. So of course, looking at it, she's like, oh, she's in with Charlotte. She's just like Charlotte. You know what I mean? So I don't blame her, but they went to Julie Virgo to have her make a video, and she told them no. She told them no. She wanted no fucking parts of it, and sent a message to me, Cindy, I'm not doing that to you. And we didn't like each other back then. And she still turned it down and said, I'm not doing a video on her like that. I know what it's like for people to talk shit, because people used to talk shit about Julie because of Charlotte. Charlotte made everybody think that Julie Virgo was begging for Big Macs and all this shit that I regret to this day.
Yep.
And so Julie Virgo even didn't like me, all the things, and refused to make a video on me. And I will never forget that. Never forget that. And so they were going to multiple creators to have them make videos on me and JJ and to just keep putting me out there.
It was relentless.
That's why I did that video with my broken phone. Because my husband took my phone on New Year's Day and cracked it, and my iPhone. So my old phone, I did a video alive. I remember it was alive, and it was crackling the whole time, and it's still on my channel with the terrible audio, telling my husband's story, telling that my husband had relapse and I was living with it in secret. And this is why I'm always muting and yelling at somebody in the background. This is why my life looks crazy. This is why I'm doing so bad. This is why I had to leave my job, a job that I chose to take that was across the street because I needed to be home. I needed to be close. Things were popping off every day. I needed to be there in case something happened with my kids. It got so bad, I called CPS on myself. I wanted help. Come help me. Do something. Yeah. Help me with this man.
It was fucking.
So just imagine dealing with that in real life. And then the one escape that you used to have, YouTube, you are being ganged up on and mobbed. And Cindy, you said it earlier. You said you didn't have all the information. And that is what's happening then and still now. People are like the flying monkeys, the group. They are lacking behind the scenes information, and sometimes they're being manipulated to think a certain way. So all around, there's a lack of information, and you're just going along with, the main leader, manipulator. You're going along with that groupthink, and it's still happening.
And it's still happening. And we get caught up in it because I got caught up in it again. I went where I knew I shouldn't have gone, but this is why I really stay out of stuff. I do. I stay out of crap. I'm not going to talk crap on somebody just because somebody else dislikes them. If they haven't done anything to me, you won't see me in the chat shit talking you just because that's what the consensus is doing. Just because the host of the channel is shit talking you. I never had a personal issue with you. I don't dislike you. You won't see me commenting crap in the chat. If I have opinions on you, and I'm gonna state them, but I try to state stuff with respect. Unless I don't like you, then I'm going to call you all kinds of bees. But I don't do that. I've never done that. And that's what got me in trouble in the anti-KJ, because it was a cult. It was a cult.
Yeah, you just said it again. You are literally going down all the points that I'm about to make. You said you won't just automatically go along with the consensus. And this is what it comes down to. It's the echo chamber validation. Especially in digital spaces, this is often seen when a community creates its own set of facts. If someone points out a contradiction, the group uses collective denial to invalidate the individual. The sheer volume of people disagreeing with the truth creates a consensus reality that acts as a gaslighting mechanism.
Yep.
Yeah.
People need to stop falling for that. Think for yourselves and remember that you're lacking information. So you may think one way when you're missing a core part of the story that could possibly sway your decision. Stop jumping to instant judgments on people that you don't know just because the person and the group is doing it. That's all that I ask people.
Yeah, use the logic that you use in your personal life. Do you instantly turn against somebody because someone else's? Do you take on other people's opinions, other people's way of work? I see people that are chameleons on YouTube, that they take on somebody's way of speaking, their whole dialect, their whole swag. That's weird. Like, I'm never going to do that. Don't lose your objectivity, your ability to be a free thinker. Think for yourself, because things change so quickly. Two people that have a channel maybe fighting today, you get in the middle, you say some terrible shit, they make up. Now you're the asshole none of them wants to mess with because you done said some terrible shit and they're side-eyeing you. Like, stop doing that. Think for yourselves. Take a moment and sit back and watch things unfold. Sometimes you don't have to, oh my God, you don't have to say everything you're thinking. You don't have to articulate everything you're thinking, because sometimes we're overrun with emotions. We're angry. We're upset for the person, and we'll take on their emotions and say something that maybe if we had waited 30 minutes, we wouldn't have felt that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop instantly going with the consensus reality. Just because 50 fucking people are saying, screaming the same lie, that sheer volume of noise still shouldn't act as proof.
No.
You know,
The
people
loudest
say
is not always the truth.
exactly. People say if everyone else sees it this way, maybe I'm the one who's losing it. Like, no. Have you guys heard of that one I don't remember what it was. It was one of those like CIA, like, I don't even know what they call them. Basically, they put like 10 law enforcement officers in a room and showed a picture of an orange. And 9 of the officers knew that it wasn't an apple, but they were still going to say apple. And then the last guy, he wasn't in on it. So all down the line, people are saying apple, apple, apple. The whole time, the 10th guy is looking at it, seeing that it's a fucking orange, but then he just goes with the consensus and ends up saying apple. Thank you, Chris, the prison experiment. Thank you.
Yes, that's it. I was trying to think too. I'm like, what the hell is that called?
And you know what? There's such a thing as subliminal messages. You keep being told something so many times and in so many different ways until you start questioning your own sanity. These are tactics that people use to brainwash people, and you don't even see it. It's subtle. Sometimes people don't even realize they're doing it. That is like gaslighting perfected, right? Where you're being told that what you see isn't what you're seeing, what you're hearing isn't what you're hearing. And sometimes people will relent because they don't want to keep going against the grain. I will always go against the grain. That's not a damn apple. That's an orange, puñeta. And it's hard because sometimes you don't realize that your whole opinion is being swayed by this overwhelming group. It happens, guys. I've been a part of it.
It's not that that's what's hard. It's that when you're put in that position, you know, from looking at past relevant behavior and situations, that if you stick with what you know or say what you think, you are going to turn into being excommunicated. And that is the next point. It says, if the target continues to hold on to their version of the truth, the group uses collective shunning. They stop engaging with the facts and start attacking the target's character to protect the group's harmony.
Oh my God, that's what was done to me and JJ. And listen, oh my God, Bliss, that's crazy because they kept trying to convince JJ, like without me knowing, Cindy's bad. We need to oust her. We need to block her. And JJ was like, no, I need to talk to Cindy. No, and she would always come to me, Cindy, I have a question. Did this X, Y, and Z happen? And I would be like, well, this is what happened. And she would go back and be like, okay, she explained it. And they kept on and kept on and kept on. And when JJ was the last holdout, and well, not the last, because Caddy walked away too, when she didn't want to get involved, and of course they made her after, right? But JJ, they were trying to work on her. Cindy's bad. Cindy's doing this. Cindy's using. She's lying. There's no way she's not getting high. And JJ kept saying no, no, no. And they knew JJ had never struggled with addiction, so she didn't understand all the things I was going through, and started to question herself, like, damn, is Cindy getting high? Damn, is, but she refused to turn on me. And that's when JJ became expendable. Okay, JJ's the last holdout.
Because I told them they were trying everything they could to make me feel like I was going crazy, like that what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is not real. And then that day, it was like that day we met in New York, they almost lost their minds. And then that night, constantly telling me, oh my God, Cindy is talking to so-and-so, and they're talking about you behind your back, and she's still using, and she's using any gifts you give her to get her husband, the drugs. I don't even know what I'm allowed to say on here, but you know what I mean. And I'm like, what? And I was upset that night, but then I told them, I said, I'm going to talk to Cindy first. I need to talk to her first before I just decide.
Well, you did what you should have done. Not everyone in that position can do that. And you guys know, they were specifically using the Darvo effect on you all. And then it turns into where you feel like your sanity is slipping. It says this is the specific feeling of a target watching a group of people describe an event that you know didn't happen that way. It's a specialized form of social coercion. And then I want you guys to keep in mind, there's something called the linchpin effect, because I don't think that all these flying monkeys are bad people. So just remember this.
No.
Most group gaslighting has a leader. The flying monkeys don't always know they are lying. They are just repeating the narrative to stay in the group's good graces.
Yes. Yes. And did you see Shyla's comment? And that's important because Shyla has also dealt with so much in her personal life. She dealt with so much, and things were used against her and all that. And she's another one that's a warrior and came out the other side and is so much happier. She can understand what it's like to be miserable in your real life and come to YouTube for an escape and have people trying to tell you what your life looks like and what your reality is when you're the one living it. So I had T-Spiracy thinking, and her friends thinking that I'm the worst for siding with Charlotte, that I have to be like Charlotte. How do you not see it? And they didn't know that from within, I had my own group of friends dragging me on a daily basis,
Yes. Yep. And it was
while I was dealing with everything at home.
That was my point earlier. Like, you had both communities coming at you. It's kind of rare. Like, usually you're on a side. Not you, Cindy. You chose your own side in the end. So
I did.
Well,
I did.
She did, but it ended up where it was just Cindy and I in the end. And let me tell you, I don't regret that for a single
second.
For a single second. As soon as they spoke to me the way that they did, and I only heard them speak to Cindy one time, like I had no idea. And then I started hearing about it and I'm like, but why? Why are you guys coming at her like that? Isn't it? And then they made a whole separate Discord. So that way Cindy wasn't in there and they would talk about how she's still using and stuff. And they put me in there. And I'm like, I don't know anything about drugs, using, nothing. But when I met Cindy, I'm like, no way. They're lying. And then it became even worse because they're like, oh, you don't understand, she's using, it's just because you don't know about drug use and stuff, and there's no way that she's still sober if her husband is using. And the minute I said that I was going to talk to Cindy before just denouncing her, they got upset. They're like, oh, JJ now wants to ask questions. Yes, because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I would rather have one good friend than 100 fake mofos. For real.
Yep. And you're a rarity. So this is the specific role. And oh, by the way, JJ, you said how they created a separate Discord. How ironic. That's used in multiple different friend groups, creating a new chat to get away from someone. And that'll play in a little bit. So there's different roles for people in all of these situations. So the main role is the architect who creates the false narrative. And their motivation is driven by power, ego, or deflection. Then you have the enforcers. They attack anyone who questions the narrative. And their motivation is social standing / loyalty to the architect. Then you have the bystanders, and these are the people I feel for. They stay in silent agreement, but in doing that, they don't help the victim. And their motivation for doing that is fear of being the next target.
Yep.
Well,
it's just wild, like how
this cannot exist if people actually ask questions and don't go with the flow. You have to at some point ask, like, what are people trying to get me to do? And And why? Why, if I feel good about something or someone, why are they trying so hard to separate that? That's
Mhm.
important. And to me, they would,
Isolation.
yeah,
It's
they would
easier to
always tell me
manipulate when
we're
you isolate
worried.
someone.
Yeah, they would always say, we're worried about you. We don't want to see you used. And I'm like, used for what? I sent her a coffee pot and a microwave. Like, what is she using me for?
I know.
But to some people, I guess that's a huge deal. I don't know. It's
Because she would
ridiculous.
send me gifts at my birthday and Christmas, and people forget that it looked like I got more because JJ would send me my birthday and Christmas because they're 5 days apart. But she didn't only do that for me; she did that with the whole entire group. There was one Christmas. There was like, yeah, there was like 8 of us in a group. Okay, 2 or 3 of them were out of the country in Europe, in the UK. And JJ sent us all these big, extravagant boxes, tailor made for each one of us, taking into consideration our likes, our skin type, our age, everything. And do you know that they dissected my box? They came to me in DMs acting like they just wanted to see, as makeup lovers, and they wanted to see what I was sent because they counted how many makeup palettes she sent me and when it was so thoughtful, so generous, and over the top. The boxes that she sent to all of us. And some people got skincare that didn't wear makeup. And listen, it's the thought that counts. But JJ sent expensive ass skincare to these women, and they were more interested in counting how many palettes I got sent.
Yep.
It was insane to me.
And I didn't know that. I'm like, what are you, what? And then a friend that also, after Sin and I left, and then she left, told us like they were basically like dollar for dollar or something, like trying to like I don't know, I guess acting like I was giving you so much more than everyone else. And
They
I'm
were
like,
pocket watching, and how ironic that others still do that.
it's
For
a gift.
gifts, though, for Christmas
Yeah.
gifts. It's
Mhm.
insane.
I sent to
Well, the same with donations, cash apps, not really memberships, but gifting memberships. It's a gift.
Yeah.
And
I
people
sent
still
to
pocket watch this shit.
England and one to not Denmark. It was another
Norway.
That's it, Norway, and sent over there. And let me tell you, sometimes that shipping can cost more than the entire box.
Mhm.
She spent hundreds
I
just in
did it.
shipping.
Yes, I did. I spent
Yeah.
hundreds on shipping to 2 people, but I still wanted to do it. I thought it was amazing. I thought, and
It was.
part
It
of
was
my love
amazing.
language is gift giving. So
Mhm.
it made me happy.
But the
Yeah, me
boxes
and
were
JJ share
tailor
that.
made. Yeah, they were tailor made. They were so beautiful. And I was so happy for everyone. And I thought
Yeah.
that was just way beyond. I didn't want to see what they got in their boxes to compare. Like, I swear to God, that's not even my thought process. Like, I'm not owed anything.
Of course
You know what I
not, because you're
mean?
not a fucking entitled asshole.
They were doing that. They were comparing and how much Cindy's box cost compared to, like, bitches, what are you doing? If I want to send Cindy more, I'm gonna send Cindy more. Fuck off. Period.
It's wild. I want to get to Laura's comment because I think this is kind of also ironic. She says, I think people want to divide Cindy and JJ because they're easier targets individually. Now, when it all started with the Charlotte fallout, well, before the fallout, I do feel like they were doing that. They were trying to divide y'all. They wanted to keep JJ and get rid of Cindy. But then when everything crashed down, both communities are coming at y'all. You guys, after that, were always grouped together. Whatever JJ said or did, it's Cindy's fault, and vice versa. And now, I feel like since you guys been around like a long time, like we all have, people are more so likely to look at you as individuals nowadays.
We are individuals.
We are still grouped together, though, and I'm going to throw my name in that too. Some still try to hold on to that group.
We're the triplets. We're the triplets.
Yeah, and it's true because like when that situation happened with Jenny Lee and the video I made and Not Another Housewife, I just recently watched Not Another Housewife's video after, and she was doing it and she didn't even realize it. She admitted that she came at me because of things that JJ had said about Julie Virgo. And so things that she was mad at me about and blaming me for, I hadn't said. And I disagreed with JJ when she said it, and I said it on the live. You know what I mean? So
you did.
It was,
you did. Nobody agreed with me.
right. But it was fascinating to watch
for
that
like a
video.
good year, I still wasn't sorry. But
right. And
but
but it
then
was,
I'm like, wait a minute, like,
yeah.
this is wrong. You know, she's young. Like, all of this has gone on. Like, and I feel awful now. I do.
Right.
For that.
But it was fascinating to watch that yesterday. I watched it yesterday, and it was actually really fascinating watching it. And she's like, yeah, you know, because JJ is nasty. And so I was mad at Cindy, and I'm like, but I didn't say it.
Isn't it really amazing? And this is why I've been sharing some old videos on my community tab. It's really amazing to go back and watch with like a fresh set of eyes. And I encourage everyone to do that, even if you have watched it already, and especially for the people who weren't around then, to go back and watch these videos I'm sharing. But we have a question. Hey, AKA, hi all. One question. How did you feel when you were part of the group and excluded others?
What others? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever done that.
No, because that was the problem. That's why I became a target, because I wouldn't exclude others. Because I wouldn't be nasty. That's why that group that I was supposedly friends with would scream at me on a daily basis, because I wouldn't exclude people that they didn't like, because I would greet them in the chat and say hi and be happy to see them and reach out and give condolences to people. So I didn't exclude others, and that's why I became a liability, so to speak, to use that infamous word.
Do not.
Well, I mean, I blocked. You know what? Actually, you guys, I remember why Maria. Remember a few lives back, this channel was blocked.
Yes,
and I remember why. And I'm not gonna say because it's old shit, but just know I'm sorry, Maria.
Funny.
I definitely blocked you. You did come to my channel and leave a comment, so it wasn't like I went out of my way to block you. But it did have to do with JJ. We were right. It did have to do.
I'm sorry, Sin, once again.
It's okay.
You got my heat, girl. You got. And I love it. Maria just like, yeah, that's why. That's what
I knew it. I said that last time. I said, Maria, you were blocked on my channel because you said some shit to JJ.
Now, with me, it wasn't exactly the same. I shared something or agreed with something of JJ, and that I think I did like a community tab post. I want to say her comment was under a community tab post, and that's why I blocked her.
Yeah,
that's hilarious because it's true. It's true, yeah.
All right, going back to AK, maybe they were around back then and are feeling like some kind of personal like way that one of us excluded them or a friend. So I'd like to hear more, because I don't know, like I've never been one to exclude people like my whole life. Like that's just not how I ever rolled. But I'd love to hear it if someone has a criticism like of one of us doing that at the same time.
Yeah, the group did, AKA the group did, and that's why it became a problem, because I had a hard time doing that. I felt like, why should I ignore somebody in the chat that I don't have a problem with? And it just became a recurring theme, and I was getting chastised all the time for that, all the time on a daily basis.
Yeah, same, Erica. Erica says, I'm sweet till you piss me off saying shit about my friends on here. Exactly. And that's where my loyalty comes in. That's how I'm loyal.
And I'm the same way. And people thought that I was a pushover or simple, or because I'm not so quick to pop off. But once I do, it gets ugly. Once I let shit build up.
Something I learned because people.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Something I learned because people know me to pop off at anyone who comes for my friends. I would say make sure those people are friends. Like they've got your back too. Because if you're out there, the only one trying to support them and they never, ever defend you, that's a problem. And I've got to admit too, like there were some things that went on with me, and I remember Jules actually defended me when we weren't getting along, because she knew like I wasn't like that. I would not like say that. What they were saying is wrong, and I greatly appreciated that. And I think we all have to keep that in check. Our alliances, our friends, all of that, wonderful thing. But make sure they feel the same way. And that if you're going to put your neck on the line for them, that you would do the same. And Cindy has defended me many times when she knew I wasn't wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I don't expect her to defend me. I don't expect anybody to defend me. I am wrong sometimes. I'm human. I admit that, you know, I admit to my wrongs. And if I hurt people, I want to apologize, because I'm so much would rather get along with people than have animosity. Like that doesn't make me feel good to not like people.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's a great segue, JJ, into our next little thing we're gonna do, and then we're gonna be done.
Okay, I just want to say one thing. I rescheduled my live for tomorrow, guys.
I'm sorry, Sid. I feel like you did that.
No. It's listen. I know when it's not the time for me to talk.
Yeah.
And I still need some clips. Yeah, and I still need some clips. So I don't want to be rushed and stuff. I want to do it right because it's an important conversation. So I will not be rescheduling it again. I will do it tomorrow. My son's, you know, whatever. I have the privacy of the bedroom. So I apologize, everyone. And Tom did send me a super chat yesterday in my live chat. So I thanked him on my community tab. That was very sweet.
Oh, that's kind.
Oh, that was nice. And you know what, Sin? That's called having self-awareness. And the next people we're going to talk about don't have any of that. And hey, Kat. And just like
Kat.
JJ just said, what did JJ just say? That was my segue. Oh, owning your shit. Basically owning your shit and admitting when you're wrong.
Own it. If you're wrong, you're wrong, man. Like it looks gross when you continue on being wrong after you've even been shown proof that you're wrong. It's weird to me. Like, just apologize. Why do you want like animosity with people? I don't. I would rather go. I always
JJ,
say
I think it's hard.
Fighter.
But I think it's hard for some people because you become defensive at first. I can admit that.
Oh yeah,
you know,
I do.
When somebody checks you on some stuff you've done, naturally you get defensive at first because nobody likes to be called out, right? Nobody likes criticism. None of us. But it's necessary and it's important, and it helps us grow. You know,
it's absolutely necessary when you're proven wrong. If it's just an opinion and like someone doesn't agree with an opinion, I can get that. But when a fact you are saying is absolutely fucking wrong, or you are completely lying about a known fact, then that's an issue.
Yeah, AKA, I am genuinely sorry. Yeah, that is true. That is true. The group did freeze a lot of people out. Yeah. It was always a discussion privately. This person was not a good person. They were not to be greeted in chat. Like when we tell you that Charlotte was to be protected and hailed queen at all times, I'm not exaggerating.
You're right.
You couldn't even make a video.
No,
Cindy could not make a video without running it by the Charlotte crew first. And I can actually speak from experience here. So I'm wondering if you guys ever remembered me specifically being mentioned back in the day, because the only time that Charlotte would ever acknowledge me is if I dropped a super chat.
Yep. And people said that all the time about her. And it took me a long time to see the truth. People would say that, oh, you have to super chat her for her to even acknowledge you or greet you in a chat. And I hated that. So I would go out of my way to greet everyone who came into the chat all the time. And I'm telling you, we would be called in all the time, like a fucking team meeting, and told who is persona non grata, who she doesn't like, and all these things. It was on a daily basis, guys. It was a cult. And AKA, I am genuinely sorry
Me
I am
too.
sorry. I'm sorry to anyone that ever felt like that, because again, it was done to us.
Yeah, we
And
were
I
wrong
didn't like
for
to make
that.
people feel like that ever. I didn't want to do that. And I would still get screamed at. That's so weird. Like
Yeah,
she was
that's
my
so
parent.
against like both of the way our personalities are. Like I would never be screamed at ever, ever, ever. Cindy kind of like shuts down until she doesn't and then explodes. And
Yeah.
for me, I saw like, as I said before, it doesn't matter to me. I would rather have one amazing friend for the rest of my life than 100 fake mofos that don't understand what's going on, don't care about what I have to say. And Cindy always has. She really always has. And that's why we've maintained that friendship. And I
Yep.
realize it's rare. It's
Yep.
rare to be able to do that in this environment. And I am urging all of you, if you love someone as a friend, you talk to them behind the scenes, you meet with them, whatever, and you love what they have to say, don't let anybody come between that. And if you do, it's got to be for a damn good reason. Like
Yep.
they got to be like,
And they've been trying to do that for over 6 years. They not only tried to tell JJ I was a bad, not good for her. They tried to tell me that JJ was bringing my channel down and all the shit. And then so because we wouldn't um we decided we're going to be friends no matter what. People had to come up with these reasons. JJ has to be financially taken care of. Selfie, there's no way they're genuine friends. JJ doesn't send me an allowance or any of that. You know, they
no,
had to try to make sense of it in their own minds. And we're friends, right, wrong, or indifferent. We don't always agree with each other. We get frustrated with each other like normal, but we're friends. And the good is going to always outweigh the bad. She's my friend, just like Bliss Chris is my friend. Like, we're friends, real friends.
right. I don't throw away people if I
No.
get annoyed with them. Like I just
And
don't
Teresa's
do
the
that.
same way.
I
Teresa
would
walked away from a
rather
whole
have
group.
conversation. And the same,
Yeah.
oh my God, and the same with Bliss. And Bliss and I didn't get along in the beginning, and now she is, oh my God. Like I would be heartbroken if
Yeah,
I
that's not a
wasn't getting
thing. That's
along
not
with
a thing.
Bliss. Like
We're a
that
No.
throuple.
my
We're a
heart.
throuple.
We're
Life.
throuple, dang it.
Well, we're going to move on to another group of people now, who are also a throuple, but of course not as awesome as we are. And we're also not bold-faced fucking liars, and we don't do real life in our group chats behind the scenes.
Nope.
So, everyone, and okay, disclaimer. There are some names that will not be mentioned. This is kind of like if you know, you know. I feel like by this point, if you've been to the last few of my lives, you're probably in the know.
Yeah.
There are going to be some people mentioned who are not involved in this current shit. And any of the people mentioned, even the people that aren't mentioned that you know who they are, I don't want any hate or harassment sent anyone's way. You guys,
Yeah,
I don't
please.
need flying monkeys. Okay. I'm good all on my own. Appreciate the support, but please don't send hate to anyone. And to the people that are getting brought up in this transcription that are from past scenarios, events, I apologize for your names being in here, but unfortunately, some of it is just unavoidable and part of the story. So,
Yeah.
So this is my interpretation of what I have heard from some of the things that have been sent to me. This is not someone else's words. This is not someone else's transcription. They did not say these words. These are my words and maybe some of Gemini's words just from interpreting what we have heard. I'm speaking like Gemini's a real person.
Did you
Their
name
interpretations
Gemini
are
yet? You
spot
gotta
on.
name it. It needs a name.
Oh, yeah, I should name my AI.
Yes, name your
Huh.
AI girl. Name it Einstein. That's what you should name it.
So there's really no other segue into this. We're just going to jump right in. And this is like an 11-minute clip. And then we're going to end it. And I'll pause a couple times because I know you guys are going to want to react to some stuff.
Okay.
The speaker is addressing someone they once trusted, expressing how deeply they've been hurt by their actions. They feel this betrayal so strongly that they were even considering leaving YouTube altogether. This loss of trust extends beyond just this one person, as they now feel unable to trust other content creators or participate in group chats like they used to. The speaker points out that they took on this person's conflicts and shared information on their behalf, only for it to backfire. They emphasize that while they didn't personally have issues with others, they still stood up for this person, which makes...
Are we kind of understanding what's going on here, girls?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to make sure you guys are getting the gist of it. So we know who speaker is. I want to remember, you guys remember what my interpretation just said, that speaker has no issues with us, me, you, JJ, Shannon Moore, whoever they all consider us. I want you to remember she said that.
Okay.
Hi, CC Truck.
Makes the hurt even more significant. Despite the pain, they're trying to avoid being mean or repetitive, simply wanting the other person to understand the impact of their actions. Basically, the speaker is calling out Shelley and a few others for trying to stir the pot and break up her friendships. Here is the gist of what she's saying in a nutshell. Backfire. She tells Shelley that instead of destroying her friendships, the drama actually made her and her friends closer. Keep it private. The speaker is big on behind-the-scenes conflict resolution. She claims she could have exposed another person, Abby Sally, with proof, but chose to use a fake name to protect them from being bullied, unlike them, who she feels are acting immature by taking things public. The setup.
Any thoughts yet, ladies?
Oh my God. This is insanity. Insanity. I mean,
is it opposite day?
Yeah, it must be.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel listening to this. I feel like either she's talking in a mirror or it's opposite day.
And I just want to say, Abby girl, we got your back, honey. We've learned. Okay.
She's good people.
She seemed good to me, so.
She is.
Hi, Sassy.
Hi, sassy nerd girl.
She reflects on a past situation where some girls, Marissa and Steph, turned against her because they believed lies. Eventually, they turned on each other, making them look stupid for being manipulated in the first place. Silence is golden. Her ultimate advice? It's better to stay quiet and let people show their true colors. In her view, if you want to be friends with people, talking crap online is the fastest way to fail. It sounds like a classic case of he said, she said.
The fucking irony. Yeah, I guess when you're a bold-faced fucking liar and you're phony as a motherfucker, it's best probably just to stay quiet instead of owning your shit, huh?
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
And look, what do you even say this? It is.
We're adults here.
Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
And we need like a chat GPT or Gemini to tell us what's what. If that's not the silliest bullshit, I don't know what is. But listen, that chat GPT and Gemini, they're quite brilliant.
Yeah, I started using chat GPT. Yep.
Yeah.
I would give the advice to some of these people to start maybe running their shit through it before they publicly speak, if I'm being honest. Now, when I go to Gemini, it pretty much tells me everything I was basically already thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's just so
Anaconda,
funny.
the irony is lost on no one.
Anaconda hates when her name is said, huh? Listen, girl, this is what I'm going to say to Anaconda, and I'll make it quick. You do not get to participate in drama, talking crap on people that are online, whether they are viewers of yours or another creator, you don't get to do that and then pretend it never happened. So if you don't want your name to be mentioned, get the fuck out of the drama. It's that easy. Don't be in chats and talking crap and doing whatever you're doing. Like, don't. Like you said, oh, I regret ever having friends or something online, but yet you continue. Girl, I don't know what to say to you. Like, you've got to own that. The same with me. I have to own the fact that I speak the way that I do, and some may not like that. I have to own that. And so do you, Anaconda. Except you don't want to. You want to blame other people for your issues. Get the F out of those group chats, whatever, DMs, if you don't want your name mentioned. Because you don't get to then do all of that, talk a shit ton of crap that many of us heard now, and then say, oh, I did nothing. I was innocent. Oh, why are people coming at me? Stop it. You know better.
Because she's innocent, because she says she doesn't do the drama on her channel. She's basically saying, without saying it, I don't do the public drama. No, guys, all the nasty she does, and some of it is not drama. It's betrayal. It's real life. She does it all behind the scenes, and then thinks because she's this big channel that she can come on here and play like she's not in any of the drama.
And to hear the way she thinks that we're all lowly channels, nobody's gonna listen to us anyway. Nobody watches them anyway. They better not say my name, because then I'm gonna have to react.
I say your name,
react, and tell people exactly what I did to you, Anaconda. Tell people exactly how I betrayed you or how I did anything besides trust you. And you betrayed my trust and you hurt my friends.
Big
and
time.
You don't care, and you're tired of us mentioning it. And you hope that me, JJ, and Bliss stop mentioning it because it was 6 months ago, and you're tired of hearing about it. You're tired. That takes some audacity. Some fucking audacity.
Audacity, given the fact that she was a gigantic reason why we had a difficult time. I don't even think she understands that. Like, honestly, F you.
She doesn't care.
I would love to go off right now on this woman, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to say is F you, Anaconda, you POS.
It amazes me that Anaconda can go on and how this was all 6 months ago and they need to stop bringing up old stuff, while she's still harping and obsessed over someone in a situation that happened like 3 fucking years ago.
3 years ago.
And you'll hear it. Yeah.
And 3 years ago, she's upset about it and manic about it, and she could keep talking about it. But we need to get over it. It was 6 months ago when she betrayed my trust and recorded my voice notes and put it in a group chat that affected my friends for no reason. When we were friends, there was no reason to do that, but we need to get over it because we're small channels, and she has so much more to lose. Then stop doing this shit. Stop talking about people that trusted you and thinking that people have no right to speak about it publicly because you talked shit privately that affected people's real lives. Like the level of delusion and disrespect is palpable. It's insane to me.
Rabbit?
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
Cat is her real name. She goes by Anaconda.
It should be.
Honey. It should be, but and
someone can let Cat know behind the
scenes. With a snake is very fitting because
Yeah, this should be her avatar.
That's a fucking snake right there, right? Like she's all for herself, only for herself, never cares about what other, and then worries about her channel, yet she's constantly involved in either, I don't know, like DMs or Discord messages or Discord chats and talking mad shit. And then thinks people should never have a word to say. What the fuck?
Yeah, because
is
we're
wrong
not
with you, girl?
creators.
And
We're not
honestly,
creators.
Yeah, I'm not a creator, guys.
yeah, I'm not
yeah.
either. I'm not. Never said I was.
Cindy,
Never.
Cindy, you just do TikTok stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know what Cindy does. Cindy does TikTok stuff.
Yep.
Supposed to be my
Even
friend.
though she's stolen multiple ideas of yours.
Yes. Multiple ideas. I'll do a video or a live with a certain idea. She will just take it and run with it and won't even give me credit. Won't even say I got this idea from Selfie Queen Cindy. So I'm such a nobody, not a non-content creator. Doesn't matter what my channel, nobody's gonna see it. No, I don't get the views, but yet you're coming to my channel and taking my ideas. Okay, make that make sense.
How do you consider yourself a creator if you just steal other people's ideas? But she's the only one that's a creator.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like a tremendous amount of times or anything, but it was very, very obvious when it
Because it was
the
immediate.
principle above it
It was
all.
immediate. Yeah.
Yeah, it was immediate. It'd be like a week or two later, and she would do what Cindy had just done. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm like, who does this? Because I followed, the reason I got into YouTube was through the beauty community.
Me too.
So, and yes, and you too. And so it was odd because usually I hear in the beauty community, even the biggest creators, it doesn't matter what another's channel size is. If they take an idea from someone else, they credit them. And Cindy never got.
You credit them. It's common fucking courtesy.
It would be like in the same week, maybe 7 days later. And it was annoying as fuck. And she cannot deny.
Well, she doesn't have common courtesy because she doesn't ever think about others. So it's just all about her and her channel. And Maria, yes, she's very much like Jen Bailey. Now, it'd just be one thing if this person was being like a messy spoon behind the scenes, like on just YouTube stuff. My issue is the real life shit that this one has done for years to people behind the scenes. You guys, if you've spoken to Anaconda, just know that your messages were shared with others. I have seen so many receipts. There's people in this chat right now that I've heard her speak on. She's a friend to no one. Just be careful. All right, let's go. Because hold on to your hats, girls, because it gets worse.
Okay.
Played out on a very public stage. In this video, the speaker is expressing deep frustration over how a series of online conflicts has damaged their reputation and professional life. They emphasize that while they value honesty, the actions of the person they're addressing, combined with negative comments from several others, have created a false narrative that they are untrustworthy and manipulative. Key takeaways: the impact of public perception. The speaker explains that because these disputes happened publicly, it isn't just a personal disagreement, it has turned their community against them, making them look like a bad friend or a liar. Real-world consequences. They highlight that for an online creator, reputation is their livelihood. They compare the social media backlash to someone calling a boss to get an employee fired, noting that the collective call-out has effectively cost them their professional standing. Trust versus...
That's what it all comes down to, everyone. The online, the social media presence, reputation.
Yep.
That is the crux
That's
of
all
all of
it's
this.
about.
That's all that matters. Yep.
And if you don't want your reputation,
Anaconda is the one doing it.
Yes.
You self-sabotage and know people are going to see it.
Exactly.
If you don't want your reputation to be shit, don't be involved, because
Stop doing it. Just stop
I
doing
know. And I recently heard a stream where they said that what did they say? Like I was twisting things, or like, yeah, that was the words, twisting. I don't twist anything. If anybody knows, listen, I get a lot of shit for being very upfront and honest, regardless. I'm not looking to twist anybody's words, not at all. However, and by the way, I also never said that I have proof, Anaconda, that what was said is the actual facts when it comes to what the fuck, what did she say? That oh my god, what was her wording?
She said that you stated that you had documented like proof on the
Yes.
claim that I think that B, that we
That's
think
it.
that B is first sock ever. Now, what she's confusing, if anyone's twisting or confusing, it's Anaconda. We and you stated that we have receipts that bring, like, show a pattern that makes our opinion be that B is first sock ever.
Right.
I
Right.
actually said the complete opposite at the very beginning and multiple times throughout the entire live, that I did not have concrete proof, and everything I
None
was
of us
saying,
did.
we were
Yeah.
saying, was based on our opinion. And hey,
Yeah.
Addie, Barbie, Envy Me, Rabbit, hey everyone.
Hey, everybody coming in. Yeah, and no, you're absolutely right. That's it. Like, I didn't like have any proof. I never said I had proof. As a matter of fact, we started that live even with saying and mentioned it several times throughout that we don't have proof, but we think this is what's happening, and that this account is this account. And I still believe that. So fuck you, B.
Well,
Still
it's,
believe it.
yeah, it's, in my opinion, it's undisputed now. Again, though, I do not have a concrete receipt that I can show that will that would prove it. Just like I said at the beginning of this segment, that everything you guys are hearing right now is my interpretation, Gemini's interpretation of words. This is not spoken words from this person.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, because they love to make
All right,
threats. Legal
let's
threats.
keep going. Uh-huh. And I'm not going to risk
thank
anyone
you,
else
Laura.
either.
It was our opinion, and
The
it was
individual's recent honesty, they feel the damage is already done because the betrayal of trust was shared with a wider audience, leading others to view them through a negative lens. This video clip captures a snippet of a live stream where the speaker is venting her frustrations about a recent conflict involving her friends and online drama. The speaker describes a chaotic situation where she felt cornered and unable to think clearly due to her anger. She explains that she joined a live stream panel, something she rarely does, and felt attacked by others, specifically mentioning Bliss and JJ, who claim to have proof and receipts against her. She's particularly hurt by a friend named Terry, who she feels betrayed her by questioning her loyalty publicly.
Again, Bliss and JJ never said that. And there's a lot of Terry in some of the stuff I was hearing.
A lot of
Terry rightfully questioned your loyalty because
wow.
all of y'all were lying to her, and her gut was telling her what. People ask questions when they have an uneasy feeling, when they need clarification on something, and Terry's instincts were spot on. She was right.
Yep.
So how do you say, like, how, and her and B, how dare you question me? How dare you were lying.
And
Yeah,
that she owes Terry nothing.
No,
she owes
and
Terry nothing. That's the attitude right there.
We knew that Terry understood, but we can't force people to believe it. But we did know that Terry was questioning it, and I was holding out hope. And I'll admit, Terry, I had no hope for you for a little while, but Bliss Chris did. She did. She had hope for you that you would come around, given the fact that what we saw, and that you would not be okay with being used.
And she wasn't.
And she wasn't. And I'm so grateful, like everybody should be grateful for anyone who tries to tell them that. And I get it. I know it's hard. I've been there. As somebody who is very headstrong and will do what I want to do. I've been there online where you start to believe people and what they say. And if I were to suggest anything about what we've talked about in this live, it's for everyone to do their research. Look at all streams. Listen to all people. Look at all proof. And if somebody doesn't have proof, it's a problem. Period.
It should be. It should be, especially when you've promised it over, like Coley. Coley, where's the proof that me, Cindy, and JJ laughed hysterically to the point of tears about your ABUSC? I'm just going to make sure to throw this in every live.
I never.
2.5 years later, still no proof.
That's heartbreaking.
Hey, Countess.
I've been in shelters with my brother, sister, and mom due to DV.
Oh, hold on, sorry.
Personal issues between friends should be.
Yeah, that fucking Coley, man. Yeah. And hey, Countess.
Hi, Countess. Nene again. What's up, girl?
Handled, quote, behind the scenes. She also expresses frustration that Terry apologized to others publicly, but didn't extend the same courtesy to her. The speaker.
Who do you think Terry apologized to publicly that Anaconda's so upset about?
You. You.
Yep.
Or Popcorn.
All of us. All of our names were mentioned specifically right there. I just wanted to make sure to stop and include that.
Well, Terry wasn't wrong. Period.
Feels that her reputation. She concludes by admitting she's been in a negative headspace and was having a, quote, mental breakdown during the incident, which she attributes to the overwhelming stress of the situation. Key takeaways: public versus private. The speaker emphasizes the importance of handling disagreements privately and feels betrayed. Video highlights the speaker's emotional distress, including anger, hurt, and embarrassment, stemming from online conflict. Reputation management. The speaker is concerned about how she is being perceived by others and feels that her actions are being.
You're seeing a common theme with this reputation and how others perceive her throughout this whole fucking thing. Thank you, Gemini, for picking that up. Again, that is all the then stop doing nasty fuck shit. It's that simple. You'd think after years of being in the same cycle of these situations that Anaconda would be like, okay, maybe I should stop betraying people and sharing private shit to others when someone trusted me with information. You guys, you won't believe the shit I can't say names because I'm not going to say names, but I have seen y'all's DMs. She shares DMs from years ago.
Yes. And it's crazy that she says she feels betrayed. And don't share her personal messages, but yet she shares other people's personal messages, and that did nothing to her, but she circles back to her being betrayed, and her private conversations better not be shared. What?
Girl, like, just, we should be protecting. Again, it's protect this person at all costs because it's her main source of income. And listen, I don't ever want anyone to lose money, not be able to support their families, etc. But that's why I've not made my career to be online, because when you do this and you decide right? To get involved in which you've made videos. It's not just behind the scenes. When you make videos talking about this stuff, you cannot get mad at other people for like ruining your channel. You just cannot do that.
No, and you can't get mad at people for finding out that you're betraying them
yes,
behind the scenes and addressing it publicly. You don't get to dictate how somebody else responds or reacts to things that they're finding out that was done to them, a betrayal to them. You don't get to dictate that or try to threaten them with legal action or threaten them because you have a big channel and if I say someone's name, they'll get destroyed by my subscribers. Bring it on.
Yeah,
bring it on because then that'll open the door.
Oh yeah.
That'll open the door for me to
Cindy, I'm so
explain
glad
the
you said that.
situation.
Yep.
Bring it
Bring
on.
them our way,
Okay.
honey. Bring them our way.
Let's hold it there because that's gonna come
Yeah.
up again in a second.
Okay.
You're gonna wanna elaborate on exactly that in just a second.
Are being misrepresented. Here is the breakdown. Perspective on the conflict. The speaker is confused and frustrated by recent events. While she's been occupied with her own life, several people have messaged her with questions about a public video involving someone named Bliss. She explains that she purposely avoided listening to the entire video because she wanted to speak with the recipient of this message first to get clarity. Key concerns: public versus private. She doesn't understand why a public video was created instead of just reaching out to Chicago or others involved privately. She believes that true friends handle issues directly rather than making them public content, avoiding the narrative.
I know, it's impossible not to laugh.
Who the fuck thinks to like run anything by Chicago? She ain't well,
especially because Chicago herself has stated that her and Shelley were not friends like that, that they didn't communicate. Like, so why is she owed anything?
I don't know. And
because it's about her saving her reputation, her public reputation at all costs. That's why.
Yep.
Nothing about her should ever be brought to the public. She should still be able to betray people's trust and confidence and compromise things that they have going on in real life. And it should be still kept in the dark because don't you know who she is?
Yeah, exactly. Special. She's special. Like, it's so ridiculous. Why? Like, I don't think that I'm better than anyone. Wait, no. Let me like reverse that. I do think I'm better than some because there are some really effed up people on here, and I'm not trying to be an effed up person. Never would be. I actually have a heart and a brain, and people don't like, they think immediately, oh, JJ, she's gonna want to like trash or whatever. No. That doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good to go at I would rather get along with people. But when you trash me, like, okay, I can deal. But trash my friends, I'm sorry, gloves come off. And I can't help it. That's just the way that my brain works. I don't even know how to I don't even know how to explain that, but I do. I get very upset when I see people being spoken about with lies that I know is not true about people that I love. It's hurtful.
I mean, again, I take it back to this. If you want to trash me, you want to talk shit, call me all the names in the book, keep it to YouTube. I don't give a fuck. Now, back in the day, I was more inclined to say something if you were doing that to one of my friends. But even nowadays, I probably don't like you, so I'm not going to watch it anyway. So I wouldn't have a reason to respond.
Right.
But this Anaconda has done shit, disgusting shit that affected people's real lives. That I cannot express that enough, you guys. Like, that is my main issue with her. And it'd be one thing if she could just fucking own it. I don't even need, nor do I want, an apology from this bitch.
No,
Own what the fuck you did. But no, she builds on the lies. We're still the bad people. That's my issue.
Yeah, we're bad because we
talk all the shit you want.
And I still haven't shown our DMs, nor would I ever. I still haven't shown me and Anaconda's DMs, and nor would I ever.
Yeah,
I won't talk to her ever again, and that's it.
Never.
Learn my lesson learned.
Never.
But I won't betray you, Anaconda. Never will I.
And one day, y'all, I promise, it could be 6 months from now, a year from now, we'll tell you exactly what has happened. But I promise you, I can promise you this. It's not what you think. We're not the ones to, like, we aren't the ones trying to hurt people. We aren't the ones taking people to court. Listen, we're the ones fighting.
We're not doing real life.
Yes.
No. We're not looking up aerial views of people's homes. We're not looking up the deeds. We're not looking up your family members. And I'm sick and tired of it being flipped. Like, we're the ones doing that shit.
Or like it's normal that they do it and everybody does it. No, ma'am. No, sir.
Water cooler gossip, right?
Yeah.
Chris Hansen.
Fuck out of here.
I fucking love Chris Hansen.
I mean, that's how I feel. Like, maybe 3-4 years ago, I would have reacted to like a bash stream, but I don't give a fuck. Especially
I don't watch it.
You. I don't.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Yeah, I don't watch it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, no. Never do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're not a masochist, okay, you don't want to watch the.
Yeah, I could care less.
Dreams about you that will hurt your mental health that are not even true. You're going to get angry and want to fight back. And I completely understand that. I've been there. I've done it. I've gone, y'all know. If you know, you know. I've gone pretty crazy on some people that put my family, at risk. And that is the biggest thing for me. Like, just stop. If you don't want it done.
And I feel that way towards Anaconda.
Yes.
You felt in that scenario, you felt like your family was put at risk.
Yes.
I felt that way about what Anaconda did.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going because I just want to finish this.
Okay, go.
She emphasizes that she has never publicly turned against anyone as a friend. She is praying that her name isn't dragged into the situation because she has no interest in participating in social media drama. Past issues. She mentions a group chat from over 6 months ago and is baffled as to why it's being brought up again, especially since she feels it had nothing to do with the current parties involved. Personal boundaries.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
How the fuck can Anaconda think that way? My name was brought up so many fucking times in everything I've listened to. It honestly blows my mind how much I'm on these people's minds. It's really fucking creepy.
Yep. They watch everything you do and act like they're not the problem. Like they're being persecuted. Like, huh? What?
Stanley.
Stanley goes. Well, I could crip walk. Does that count? I learned how to crip walk. Does that count?
Oh my god. It's Stina, yes. But it's the rules for the game.
Yes.
Done many lives on that.
I know how to crip walk. I love it. I do the best.
Well, make sure you take a little video of it and post it. That way it makes you feel really big and bad on YouTube.
Okay. Well, Snoop Dogg is my pretend
recently
husband,
dealt with a personal loss and the grief involving her child. She is at a breaking point. She notes that while she has stated boundary social media drama, Past issues. She mentions a group chat from over 6 months ago and is baffled as to why it's being brought up again, especially since she feels it had nothing to do with the current parties involved. Personal boundaries. Having recently dealt with a personal loss and the grief involving her child, she is at a breaking point. She notes that while she has stayed quiet for a long time regarding accusations of leaking information, she won't stay silent if people keep pushing her into this narrative. The bottom line is to see drama being promoted on the channel. Her goal is to move on, but she warns that if her name continues to be brought up, she will feel forced to respond.
Do it. Do it. I'm not scared of your flying monkeys, Anaconda. I'm not scared of your little anaconda babies coming to my channel. I don't give a shit. Do it.
We've had entire communities coming at us like the anti-caging. Girl, bring it on. Bring it on.
Yep.
Just Sydney and I alone.
You guys know I was alone.
Yep.
AK was talking about being shunned earlier. I was alone out here for a long time. You can't fuck with a Lone Ranger. I'm good. Your flying monkeys are not. I'm gonna swat them off with my fly swatter. I don't give a fuck. Do it.
That I will say, Chris, you've always been someone that you don't like, I don't know, like have a crew or whatever. You do your own thing. You feel the way you feel. And I love it. You'll correct me when you think I'm wrong. I'll correct you. And same with Cindy or any of our friends. It's like, no, that wasn't good. Or if I'm thinking of going live, a lot of you will say, I love you. I got your back. However,
but don't do it. Abort mission.
Yeah. They're like, don't do it.
Or sit on it. Take a day to sit on it, because I guarantee 24 hours later, I'm not going to feel so inclined.
And also, don't let what anybody says.
Some people just need to learn to sit.
Yeah, don't let it affect your real life.
Yes,
what
and
people
sit with
say
your
about
emotions.
me online. Yeah, they're not.
Do not automatically react.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. And these people with thousands of, I just want to say this real quick. These people with thousands of subscribers that think that they're more important, like, listen, y'all, don't be ever worried about a YouTube manager. Listen, the YouTube managers, from what I understand, they are there to help a creator grow. They give them suggestions. Sebastian, sorry, y'all. Sebastian just barged into the room. Anyway,
I hear his little pitter patter.
Yes. Oh my God. And Cindy, I gotta put on my community tab my Sebastian in the leather jacket with the patch. Oh my God.
Jules suggested that. I was watching her live and I did it.
I know. So freaking cute. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't even know because Sebastian interrupted. But whatever. I feel the way I feel. And listen, y'all, just if you have it, you've got a gut feeling, go with it, because a lot of us had gut feelings, but we didn't say anything. We were just trying to be cool with people, and don't do that. It's like real life. Cut their asses off. That's what I gotta say, because we've made those mistakes. I don't deny it. I am incredibly apologetic for anyone that I hurt during that time. And if they come to me, I will give them, and if I did anything to them, I will give them a legitimate and sincere apology, because it wasn't right. But I will say, keep in mind, not everything you see is real. You got to do your research, for real. Do your research. Because there are not everybody is a good person,
Nope. But I'm telling you, I'll stand on my bullshit. If I do some bullshit, I'll fucking own it. But some people aren't capable.
Oh no,
same.
same. If
Let's
I'm
finish
wrong, I feel bad.
Respond publicly to defend herself. The group chat allegations, the leaking accusation. The primary allegation is that the speaker supposedly leaked private information from a small, private group chat to an outside source. Specifically, she mentions that Bliss believes she gave information to a Finsta or a burner account, which the speaker refers to as a first ever account. The timeline and relevance. Old news.
All right, there's some deflection. I never said that. I never said that. I specifically stated who was given that private information. It just happens to be that I believe that one of those people is First Sock Ever.
Exactly.
I didn't say that you knowingly gave it to a
That she
burner or
directly
sock
gave
account.
it to them. Right. That's not what you said. You said that she inadvertently made that information available to someone utilizing a sock account that outed it. Maybe unbeknownst to her, but that's what happens when you share private information with people. That's why you don't do it. You don't betray people, because when you share it with a group
you don't know where it ends up.
Right. The fucking sleight of hand. It's crazy the way the mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep going. It gets worse.
Oh.
The speaker emphasizes that this group chat incident happened over 6 months ago. Irrelevance. She claims that the content of that old chat had nothing to do with Bliss or the others currently involved, making her confused as to why it is being resurfaced now. The guilt by association. She acknowledges that her name is being dragged into the current drama simply because she was a member of that specific small group chat. Because she was part of that.
No. Your name is not being involved. Your name is in it because you are the one who took private information to a group chat of women that did not like us after you were asked to please keep that private and not share it. Not only did you share it, you screen recorded every voice note of Cindy's, made it into a video. That way you could drop the YouTube link in that private chat.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That directly involves you. It wasn't guilt by association. Yeah. We came at you directly for you betraying my trust and damaging my friends in the process. Like, what are we even talking about?
And we're talking major damage. So I hope Anaconda feels good about herself with that. And if she wants us to stop speaking on her, too fucking bad. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, okay? Because what you did, lady, and then allowed Tira Nicole to pretend to do like she was the savior or
I know.
a good person, y'all are fucked up massively. And I promise you, I will. Right now, we're not talking about it. There's a very good reason, like why we can't like give exact like the backstory. But I promise you, I promise, and I don't break promises. I don't give a damn what anybody says in court or not. You will be getting the truth because nobody
in due time.
In due time, because nobody has the right to take my voice away from me. Not in the United States of America. So fuck off. I'm coming, and I'm going to be telling the truth.
And isn't that messed up to the people in their other group chat? They can spin it however they want.
Yep.
This smaller group chat was created with noble intentions. Fuck off. Fuck off. You wanted to do dirtier shit and nobody else see it. People that would say, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you showing that? Why are you talking about that? They didn't want any pushback. They wanted to be able to do grimy shit and not have people call them out and say, why are you, you know what I mean? Why are you sharing her personal voice notes? Why are you sharing her personal information?
Right. No, it's
according to Chicago, there was only one group chat. Stina, Terry, everyone was in the group chat.
Yeah, okay. They
Well,
lie
you're
to
gonna
their
see
friends. That's
even
that's
Anaconda.
crazy. That's crazy, bro.
And I wouldn't say it's a
No,
lie.
even Anaconda will say that that's a lie.
Yeah, I
You'll hear
wouldn't
it.
even say it's a lie if I didn't see it for myself. Because again, I need to see proof now. And from what I saw and heard, Anaconda Girl, you are your own worst enemy. If you are worried about your channel, I don't know what the fuck you're doing right now, but you need to abort mission because some of us are coming, okay? And there's nothing you can do. You can sue me, but as I've said before, the court of law is not a YouTube panel. It's not. They don't care. They don't care. You better have facts, like whereas something actually harmed you that you were not involved in. And you need to look at the clean hands doctrine that is in most states. If you are participating in exactly what you're suing someone else for and there's proof of it, you're done. It's over. Period.
Well,
Okay?
she's done at Discovery. I have nothing to hide because I
Oh,
haven't
I'm
done
in
anything
Discovery
wrong.
now and I'm looking forward to it.
I can't even imagine.
I
Stina
know.
says it's just weird to find things out about your friends from other people's contents. And I mean,
Right?
even though I don't believe it's my fault, I'm going to apologize for that.
No, it's not. But I get what
But
she's
I ain't
saying.
going to lie to you. So
That's real quick,
Yeah.
two seconds.
Oh,
That's
of
just like
course.
when I knew that Mesh Panty Boy was talking shit, I went directly to you guys and told you guys, can we talk? I wanted you guys to hear it from me, not from the internet. And I went and I told you guys what was going on because you guys are my friends. And I don't want you to be blindsided by some bullshit and lies. I wanted you to hear the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Your friends owe you that much, and they couldn't even give that to their friends.
No.
Threw their friends to the wolves, have their friends probably thinking that, and they did that for deniability, in my opinion, too, so that their friends could be like, no, that never happened in that chat. That's not the chat they're talking about. They did that. They're fucking conniving. It's fucking crazy.
It's sick. It's sick. If everybody were to see like what we know proof of, it's absurd. It's sick. It's not right. And I don't understand it. Why not just be a normal human being and you get along with who you get along with? Why try to convince other people, based on lies?
Because again, it's the plausible deniability. It makes them look good, and it's all about the reputation.
Yep.
That's what it all falls back on.
I don't give a fuck about
All right, let's keep moving here.
Online. Period. I don't
That
care.
inner circle, people are assuming she is involved in the current conflict or was the source of the original leak. The personal context. The speaker points out a significant reason why these allegations frustrate her. At the time these issues originally occurred, she was dealing with intense personal grief related to her child. She implies that she was in no mental state to be participating in Finsta drama or leaking information. Summary of her defense. She denies knowing who the burner accounts are, denies leaking the info, and insists that she has stayed quiet for months despite Bliss initiating the drama. She warns.
So not only am I somehow initiating the drama that was done against me, it's also a lie that you ever dropped that information in the group chat. Well, that would be impossible because you were the only one that fucking knew.
And she's admitted
so did
it.
some little fairy, some little fucking psychic, telepathic fairy hop into y'all's group chat and drop the information? Like, no, you
so
did.
Crazy. It's her.
It's enraging.
Yes, her public perception is more important than reality. That will never be me. My reality will always be more important than the public's perception of me. Perception doesn't equal reality, bro. Like what? I can't.
The truth does.
Yes,
I don't understand. What? I don't get it. Listen, no matter how I feel about someone, if there was another person coming at my actual real life, and when someone who may have been in those chats had no idea what was going on, okay, let's keep that clear, because I was never in any chats or anything with those people. So, and then you find out, like, oh my God, like it's not right. It's wrong. Like everything they're saying is wrong. And then you still go with it. What is wrong with you? For real. Because I would never. And listen, these people have come at my children, my son-in-law, my business, everything. And I still never retaliated in that way, because I don't believe it's right. And if I did, would I have a right to do so? Probably yes, right? Like if somebody does something to you, you can do it right back to them, right? Like with voice messages.
Equal rights, equal lefts.
Yeah, all of that. And I still never did. Never. Because I don't think it's right to involve people that have nothing to do with this. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I will always say it's wrong. And I know, like, a couple of my friends and even me here and there was like, oh my God, like if they do this, we're doing it back kind of deal. But never did. Never.
Hey,
I don't even consider this retaliatory. I consider this just putting out the fucking truth.
Right.
In my words.
No, this is not retaliation. If we wanted retaliation, we would be showing a whole lot more. Okay?
This is an expose, is what this is turning into. All right. How much we got left? We got about 5 minutes.
Warns that while she has been silent until now, she will speak up to defend herself if Bliss, Sandy, or JJ continue to use that old group chat to implicate
Sorry,
her.
Sin. AI pegged you for Sandy.
It's okay. It's all right.
Fuck you, AI. That's what I got to say. I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
My response to that, though, again, fucking do it.
Yeah,
do it.
Do it. Do it.
Please
do it.
And lie some more so that we can tell more truth.
The speaker reflects on the unique pressure that comes with managing a large social media platform. They point out that a bigger following means more scrutiny, as every post is met with significantly more eyes and comments. Because their channel is their primary source of income, they feel a constant anxiety about its growth and stability. Without it, they worry about how they would support themselves financially, or if they'd be forced to find traditional employment. They also touch on a past trauma, comparing a recent community dispute involving others to a much more severe situation they faced 3 years ago. The speaker emphasizes that their current...
Here we go. And
So
that's, I've heard from so many past friends.
Yeah.
She does. Yep. And every single time, like if Shelly tried to come to her about something, like as a friend would, it always turned into, well, that's not as bad as when so-and-so from 3 years ago did this to me. And it would always revert back to what's been done to her. And it matters more because she's a bigger channel and gets more scrutiny and eyes than others.
Yep. And it's
exactly,
like a double-edged sword.
Just make your content and stop.
Exactly.
Just fucking stop.
Exactly. Right. But she wants to do fuck shit and not be called out on it publicly. She wants to betray people, talk shit about people, play the victim about every situation, not take accountability for her part in it, and never be called out publicly. Because she's a bigger channel with more to lose, and because her army will come after you. Fuck off with that.
Then treat it like a fucking business. Like earlier, she related it to someone calling someone else's job and getting them fired. I'm telling you right now, if someone called my job, I would have had to have done something to have the end result be me getting fired. If you weren't doing fuck shit in the first place, then it wouldn't be a fallback, like, consequence for your channel. If you took it as a business and serious, you wouldn't be behaving this way. You can't
Exactly. YouTube is not my
Phrase,
business. Okay.
No.
have your
It's
cake
not.
and eat it too.
Right. Yeah. YouTube is not my business. You know, it's not. So I can do whatever the hell I want and say what I want on my channel. Thankfully so. When it's your business, you comport yourself as you would in your traditional workplace. You can't be talking shit about all your coworkers and think that you're going to be able to get away with it, that they're not going to go to your manager or your boss and say you're doing all this shit. Like, behave like you would in a professional setting. If this is your only livelihood, like, you can't have it both ways. You can't be messy and think that people can't call you out on it, especially if it directly affects them. Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
It's that
yeah,
ego.
I agree.
You
Like,
know,
it's
ego.
absolutely absurd. It's like some people, I almost feel like it's a government thing, right? Like, some people feel that they are absolutely untouchable. And no, you are, okay? And I don't give a damn how many subs you have, just as I didn't with how many subs Charlotte had. I didn't care. It didn't matter to me. What matters is the truth. It matters the
Yeah.
truth
It shouldn't matter.
and good
Yeah.
people. And listen, I
Exactly. We're
never,
all people.
yeah,
I am a
and I
human.
never
You
ever
affected
looked at,
me personally. So
Yep.
to think that I can't fucking say anything about it because you're this big YouTube channel and you have this reputation to protect, that's not my fucking problem.
No, or your responsibility. And it was done to
no.
you. And she wants you to get over it. It was done 6 months ago, but yet she still dwells on something that was done 3 years ago. Make that make sense. And allegedly earlier, I thanked you. And you may want to rewind later. I just want to say thank you for always having been so good to me for all the years we've known each other. I appreciate you. And I don't think I've ever really said that, but I appreciate you. You've
We
never,
all do.
she's never betrayed my trust, had my phone numbers, all the things. And I appreciate you, allegedly. I just want you to know that.
I've always said that. Allegedly has
Yeah.
always been a real one all the way around. She supports who the fuck she wants to support. You're not going to catch her talking shit in one creator's,
Never has.
channel versus another. It's 100 all the way around, and she's just a really amazing supporter, and we all
Yep.
appreciate you.
I don't think she's always supported me, but
I love you too, allegedly.
I completely understand why. Like, I
Yes.
come off as I don't come off as the most approachable or easy to get along with, but I promise you, I'm not
We can be a hard pill to swallow sometimes. Yeah.
Yes, yes, we can be. Like, because of our bluntness, it's like, oh my God, do I want to be? But I promise you, I do have a heart, and I'm not somebody looking to hurt people ever,
No.
ever. Like, I could never do that. It would even my friends would say, "Oh, if JJ hurt somebody in that way, she'd probably be really upset about it." Because I would be. I would be.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt anybody. But don't
I mean, even
lie.
now, like I don't even want to hurt Anaconda
Maria.
and her channel. I know, I saw that.
Maria
Like
is too
I am.
funny.
She cracks. You guys, I've looked like a fucking nutbag at work this past week between Maria and Jules. People probably think I'm crazy. I'm like leaving work with my abdomen hurting because I was laughing so
Yes.
hard.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, I
Fucking hilarious.
know. It's so much better. And listen, y'all, I'm taking clues from Jules and Maria with how they are handling things they don't like now, because it's so much better to hear them laugh at this
Yes.
stuff
Yes.
than it is for them to be so angry, right?
Yep.
Well, because that's what the audience, the other side wants. They want that reaction. So let's give them the opposite.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know?
And I find it better when they're funny.
Yeah. They are funny.
I agree. And hey, Amanda.
Hey,
All right, and
Amanda.
Stanley Cup. Hold on. Stanley said there's a point where she says, "Who cares about our subscribers?" I'm pretty sure that's in here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
She don't give a fuck about y'all.
Who cares what they think?
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Miss 50.
I think it's in here. I could be
1,000.
mistaken, but we'll see.
And I will say, like,
Current stress is
listen,
compounded
you
by a
have
major
Hold on.
health crisis, a recent heart attack. Despite
Hold on. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you have got to be pretty much crazy to think that it will not affect your channel if you're involved in drama BS, because it will, regardless, no matter who's talking about it. And listen, Anaconda, that's your fault. You have to own that you were in group chats and stuff and doing what you were doing. Own it. It's no one else's fault that you were there. Period. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Despite having no help with their recovery, they are trying to stay strong and act normal for the sake of their children while they attempt to heal physically and emotionally. It's clear the speaker is carrying a heavy burden right now, is expressing deep frustration over a cycle of online conflict that she feels others won't let go of. Her main points include 1. Lack of accountability. She feels frustrated that while others tell her to get over the past, they continue to bring it up. She specifically highlights a person named Abby, noting that has been empathetic toward Abby's struggles. Abby has never offered a sincere apology for how she
Treated Anaconda.
A simple "I'm sorry" would go a long way, but she believes Abby isn't actually remorseful. 2. Defending her character. She clarifies that she isn't stuck on events from 3 years ago. Rather, she is upset by the current lies being spread to damage her reputation. She denies talking behind her friends' backs, pointing
Really? You deny talking behind your friends' backs because earlier we were people that you liked. And remember, we've heard other stuff where she says, like, now they're not going to be my friends anymore because they know that, I've done this fuck shit. But then in a second here, we're going to turn into people that she never liked and doesn't care about our opinions along with her subscribers' opinions.
Mm-hmm.
pointing out that despite her critics claiming to be debunking specific rumors,
Anaconda addresses
2 specific claims she says are false. Blackmail. She denies ever claiming she was being blackmailed. The hospital incident. She refutes a story from Marissa was asking to make videos while having a heart attack. Points out the absurdity of this, noting that if she were in the middle of a medical emergency, doctors wouldn't let her be on her phone. 4.
I've actually, and this isn't even recently, I've seen receipts that prove that she was trying to get a video made on Tira when she was going through all that. I've seen the receipts.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I'm not going to show them.
Yep.
She knows what they are. She most certainly fucking did that. And I really hope you guys go to my community tab.
Yeah. There's a lot on this.
I wouldn't blame her either. Honestly, but don't deny it. Don't fucking deny it when you know you did it.
Tira, fuck her. What she did, and listen, people keep saying like, "Oh, you apologize to Tira, right?" I did, because I was wrong for ever being in a chat when her child, or her sister's child now, was spoken about. Like, it was wrong. I should have never been there. I never spoke on that child. Never, ever, because I would never do that. However, I realized that I was completely wrong for being there ever, when it came to that kind of stuff. And I apologized. Was it difficult for me? Abso-fucking-lutely. And the reason it was hard for me is because Tara made excuses for someone coming at my child, my daughter, saying that they copied all of her photos online and they were going to come for my daughter. And Tara made a video, and I'm sure I still have that, like some of it at least, like clips from that video. Since it's gone now, I still have clips of what she said when it came to my child. So when it came to hers being actualized, I didn't agree with it at all. Said it. I would never talk about her child. Never. Never. Because that baby doesn't deserve it. And I just wouldn't do that. But it was hard because she came at mine so fiercely, right? And didn't care. So it's like, how does it feel, girl? Like you got videos out here of what your son is doing, your biological son is doing, and then people are talking about it. So what does it feel like? Because prior to that, they came at my kid. Okay. So people would look at me as being like crazy or mean, or and I would never, I still don't believe her child deserved that ever. And I spoke out against it. But she didn't.
Well,
speak
JJ, that
out.
goes back to what we talked about earlier. You stand on your shit. It doesn't matter who it's done to,
Right.
what is said to
Right.
someone. You stand on your morals and your principles. These
Yes.
people don't.
Can I
Yes.
say one thing?
They don't.
I also
They
wanted
go,
to
if
add.
it's someone they don't like, they don't care.
No.
I also wanted to add that during a time when Jenny Lee had did that live on Anaconda
Mhm.
with Marissa, I thought that me and Anaconda were friends, and she was very upset about the live and all the things. And Tira was going to make a video on Anaconda, and she was very upset about it. I reached out to Tira. Mind you, me and Tira couldn't stand each other, can't stand each other, hated each other. And I reached out to Tira and said, listen, can you just hold off on this video? Anaconda's not doing very well right now. You know, she has all these medical things going on. Can you just hold off on the live? And she did. I don't know if she ended up doing it, but I remember that she held off. And I did that. I went to somebody that couldn't stand me. I can't stand her, to try to defend Anaconda. You know, and this is the thanks I fucking get.
That's the problem, though, Sin. Is
Yep.
that
And we all get thrown under the bus.
yeah, we all deal with this stuff and we know the truth, but we don't want to come. Some of us just don't want to harm, especially people that count on their channels for their livelihood. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt anybody's money. That will never be my goal. If anybody thinks that I am that person, I can promise you they're dead wrong. I don't want to do that. So I a lot of times hold back on speaking on those things publicly because
Well, that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, even now, like, I'm very anti-cancel culture. Unless you're doing, like, really foul, nasty shit online, I think everyone should have a channel. Like, I don't want to take away her fucking platform. I don't even want to affect her platform. But again, that is not my problem in this situation. I'm still allowed to come and do my little expose and put the fucking truth out. And if the consequence of that is affecting her channel, that's her problem. She was the main cause of everything. So,
Yep.
All right, let's finish this.
Hypocrisy and playing both sides. She expresses a bit of pity for Marissa, suggesting that Marissa is defending Abby, even though Abby allegedly talks behind Marissa's back. Compares this behavior to another person named Melissa, who she claims plays both sides by telling different stories to different people. 5. Stepping away. Ultimately, concludes that she needs to stop monitoring the drama and move on because her critics have already made up their minds about her. She apologizes for leaving a group chat but explains it's for the best. She feels her ranting and personal health struggles are a burden, and she
It's funny, Chicago didn't unfriend her when she left the group chat. I told y'all she left the group chat. Was she instantly unfriended like Shelly was? Nope.
wants the remaining group members to have a positive environment without her. The breakdown, the conflict. Chicago and Terry Lynn are currently in a heated dispute.
Oh, hold on.
Terry Lynn is reportedly upset with Chicago.
Hold on. All right. So this switches from Anaconda, my interpretation of Anaconda, to my interpretation of Bitch Geo.
Yeah, that one. That
members to have a positive environment.
Oh, girl, let me.
You're gonna see.
Let me have 2 seconds, okay? Listen, this nasty bit that everybody thinks is so nice and so kind. Listen, bitch. If anybody wanted to dox you, I could have, okay? Because you won a prize and that we actually sent to you, unlike your friend Tira. Yeah, see, we don't do giveaways and things like that and then not follow through. And you gave me your address. If I wanted to hurt you, dox you, anything, I could have long ago. But the truth is, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't. So please stop speaking on me. Please stop speaking on Bliss Chris. And please stop speaking on Cindy. You continue to make it like we are like Satanists or something, like we're out here to hurt the entire world. You're fucking nuts if you think that. You need to go back under those magnets and go in reverse. That's what I think for your brain, because this is like just the things I heard this bitch said. She is miserable. She's another one that I call like the dirty cooch or curmudgeon. She is like that. Never happy, never like I don't know. Like even when I have horrible things happening in my life, I can still find joy in some things. And these people are just miserable. It's like their entire life is dedicated to misery. And that's really sad. Not my problem. And I won't put up with it any longer. So, bitch, come for me and I'm gonna come for you.
Well, that one will. Oh, hold on. StreamYard starting to act slow. All right, that one will never stop talking shit. Well, not just us, but also her friends. I want Goblin to pay close attention to this last little part right here, because I know you're watching, Goblin.
Yep, pay attention.
Without her. The breakdown, the conflict. Chicago and Terry Lynn are currently in a heated dispute. Terry Lynn is reportedly upset with Chicago, feeling that Chicago's actions made her look foolish. This stems from a situation where Chicago identified herself as the person who video chatted with you, which directly contradicted what Terry Lynn had been telling others. The accusations, the speaker notes that Terry Lynn has been publicly calling Shelley a liar regarding that video call. The speaker finds this frustrating, questioning why Terry Lynn would speak so confidently about something she clearly didn't have the facts on, only to end up looking like a fool when the truth came out.
Just for context, she didn't have the facts and information because when she asked questions, which it annoyed this one and others, she was lied to. So the only fool in this scenario is you people, the fucking liars.
Trying to control a grown woman and how she talks. Like, you can't do that. You can give her, I understand giving like suggestions, and people give me suggestions, and when it's from a friend, I take it to heart, and it doesn't matter to me. It's constructive criticism unless it's coming in a nasty way. And I look at it as, oh, okay, you know, my friends are trying to set me straight, and that's amazing, because I also set my friends straight sometimes. So it's give and take, and it's awful that it had to come to this point, because I almost view it as like abusive in a way when you're in that kind of group where they won't let you speak for yourself. You can't, I don't know. And even if you
Ask
do,
questions.
yeah, you can't ask questions because then you're awful. Like, that will never be me, ever, ever, ever. And Cindy or you, we ask each other, we question each other as friends, and I love it. I do. Sometimes I'm wrong. And I got to admit I'm wrong, or I'm wrong and I got to say, okay, I shouldn't say this, or I shouldn't hit live. Like, that's what friends are for, honestly. And it's sad that people came to the point where you can't express the truth without them wanting to destroy you. But that's what happens.
Yeah, you can't go against the group mentality. And let me just keep playing this, because
Go ahead, Sarah.
I will correct you guys whether it's publicly or whether you say some shit behind the scenes.
You
And if
will.
one of y'all came to me like this one did to Shelly and started talking about some made up scenario on another friend of hers, I would be like, that's not right. Like, we can go to that person and ask them if that's just, let me finish this.
That
You'll see
video
what I
call.
mean.
The speaker finds this frustrating, questioning why Terry Lynn would speak so confidently about something she clearly didn't have the facts on, only to end up looking like a fool when the truth came out. The Tyra theory. The speaker proposes a theory about Tyra's involvement. They suspect Tyra might be assisting Terry Lynn behind the scenes. According to this theory, Tyra wants to support Terry Lynn, but is afraid of getting on Chicago's bad side because Chicago is a more intimidating opponent. The conclusion: because Chicago is a difficult target, the speaker believes Tyra has decided to direct her negativity toward you instead. In this view, attacking you is a safe way for Tyra to show loyalty to Terry Lynn without having to face off against Chicago directly.
What the fuck?
Yikes. The excuses,
So this is so the nutshell. Basically, my interpretation of what she was saying was that Tira doesn't want to go at Chicago. So, but she wants to have Terry Lynn's back because apparently Terry and Tira have this like hidden one-on-one behind the scenes agenda that I don't fucking know. This is what this person's saying. And instead of going at Chicago, Tira then decides to go hard at Shelly because Shelly and Terry were beefing then as a way to still look like she has Terry's back instead of going at the main cause, Chicago.
That's
Who
insane to even
talks like
say
this
that.
when they're friends? To
I
make
know.
conspiracy theories instead of just going
On their
to them
own
and
friend.
Terry
Yes.
Lynn, bro, we're going to
Friend
give
and
you
no
an
one.
award, honey. We need to like give people awards that actually make it out of some bullshit like that, because it's, you always think, right, like you're strong minded and that you can handle whatever, but when it's friends of yours, people that know some of your secrets, all of that, like, you think that they have the best intentions for you, but that's not always the case. And it breaks my heart too for Terry Lynn. Terry, I'm telling you, girl, we always knew that you didn't belong because you questioned things, and we thought it was amazing that you did. We're like, oh, there's Terry questioning. And people would say, oh, well, she's not a loyal friend. But why be loyal to someone who can't even answer a question honestly? Like, if you're for the truth, then that should be all that matters. And listen, I get it. Like, we're all friends. Like, we have our little groups, but you've got to be friends with people who will tell you when you're wrong. You've got to be. Otherwise, your ego will be completely out of control. And that's not very conducive for YouTube.
Well, JJ, I promise and vow to never go to Cindy and make up some crazy fucking conspiracy theory about you. I will go to you and ask you myself. And it's funny, and I'm going to end it with this because I really got to go.
Okay.
I find it so funny that Tyra, like, in one of her, I don't even know where I saw it. In the past 2 weeks, she said, there's no receipts, there's no screenshots. Girl, the calls coming from inside the house. Your
Seriously.
friends are friends to no one, not even
Yeah.
you.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Honestly, I feel the same way. And no, I would 100%. No, like, why can't we just be honest with our friends? We don't want to see them hurt. Hey, Sebastian, come here. We don't want to see them hurt. So why would we be okay, with any of that? And like ambulance girl just said, I don't necessarily agree with correcting a friend publicly when the embarrassment happens. That seems like when things go south fast. Yes, and I agree with you, ambulance girl, but we also have to understand we're adults, and if we're wrong, we need to be able to handle others, telling us that we're wrong. And it's not easy. All of us have egos or whatever, but we need to keep that in check because we're not always right. We're just
I
not.
think it's situational. It depends on, the situation, the scenario that's going on. Because, yeah, there's some things I'm going to come to you. You guys are my friends. I'm going to come to you behind the scenes about. I'm not going to go out of my way to make a public spectacle of my friend. But if we're on a panel like this and you, Cindy, or you, JJ, happen to say something that I know is not factually correct, I don't find anything wrong with correcting that.
Yeah.
I think that shows what you stand for. You stand for the truth.
I welcome that. Honestly, if I'm wrong on something, if I get a fact wrong on anything, I welcome that because, knowledge is power. What's up, KK?
Hey, KK.
Hey, KK.
Exactly, Amanda. And Stanley Cup, you're right. I know. Listen, all these people have their end game agendas.
Mm-hmm.
Anaconda, it's reputation. Goblin, it's money and what she can get out of people. The only one that confuses me really is Bitch Dio. She is like an enigma to me. Like, and I'm done trying to understand why she moves and does the things she does. Like, I've never done anything to this woman for her to do the disgusting real life that she's done on me.
I don't so much question it because Cindy and I have been there where others knew that what was being done to us wasn't right or correct, or like the way we were spoken to, yet they went along with it to get along, get along, go along, whatever. And people will do that even if they know that you are not wrong. People will do that. And I strongly please y'all, like, use your own brains. Don't just go along with what other people are saying because it's never. Sebastian
has spoken.
Yes,
he totally agrees. Again, that just goes back to the beginning of this live. And for the people, like the bystanders, I think was the term that they were called.
Yeah.
I'd like to know if they're going along with it because no matter what the consensus says, they're going to go along with it no matter what. Or the people, I feel bad for the people who are going along with it in fear of being a target, because all of us here have been through that. And whether you try to back away or back off quietly or stay quiet, you know that you're eventually going to end up a target. And I think that fear, you know, if for not maybe someone that's not as like strong-willed as the three of us, that could really, you know, base their opinion off of what they do moving forward.
Yeah,
And that's
I completely agree, because Cindy and I, like, we were on our own, right? Like, after everything that happened, and I don't regret that. I would do it all over again in that way, because I knew what they were saying about my friend was false, and it's just disgusting how they try to separate people, right?
Global Reporter.
And people will say, like, oh, it's just JJ and Cindy.
Global
They're
Reporter.
gonna cover for each other no matter what. No, that isn't the case. I promise you. If I'm wrong, Cindy's gonna make it clear. If she's wrong, I might make it clear on a live. Otherwise, we handle it behind the scenes. Like, it's weird. It's weird that people just want to fight with those that they just got along with.
And not just that, then their next step is to bring it public to YouTube. Like, our friendships here are not all fucking sunshine and rainbows. Like, the three of us have had disagreements to the point where me and JJ had to take a step back for a couple days because, again, it's important to sit in your feelings before you react.
Absolutely, we have. Absolutely. I've like left the chat and needed to just have a few days to chill and
decompress.
Chris. And Cindy is like the person who is the most agreeable, but not agreeable. Like, she's not going to agree to bullshit, but she loves her friends.
Well, she's more likely to see all sides right away, where versus me and you, it takes a couple days. It's funny though, because we'll be gone for like a day, 2 days, and Cindy's like I'll just get like a question mark. Is it good to talk yet? Are we good to go? And then if there's no response, or if there's just like a short, blunt reply, it's like, okay, I need to give her another day.
Yep. I'll do the same with JJ. I'll put like a emoji like, hey, no answer. I'm like, okay, too soon. I'll try again tomorrow.
Teresa is that way too. She's like, hello.
Yep.
Or Teresa, and she don't get involved in like none of the shit, and she's like, can I talk now?
That's someone else who will tell you straight up.
Yes. Oh, do not ask Teresa any question unless you want the honest to God's truth, because she ain't gonna lie to you.
Yep.
You're wearing a fucked up outfit, she's gonna tell you. You said something fucked up, she's gonna tell you. I love
her. You know what? And for us, those are our people. Some, like Cindy always says, some people are just not out for the truth, and we're not their people.
Yeah,
that's okay. But don't lie on me. Don't be doing real life shit.
Right. They're only about like their narrative and whatever someone like, they'll play like a stream about them from someone else if it hits on their narrative. It's like, what? Like, just do your thing, man. What are you doing? Like, obviously there are some effed up people, okay? Genuinely, Jen, like there's a lot of really effed up people that I understand why others cover. I do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm not going to
it.
rock with someone just because they're saying what. Particularly someone who I'm not a fan of, I'm not going to flip it and start sharing and reacting and supporting their shit just because they're all of a sudden going against the other person that I dislike. Like I'm not gonna do that.
No, I would
Because
never
if
do that.
somebody doesn't like me and says I'm a piece of crap, it doesn't change tomorrow because now they also don't like someone else that I don't like. They still think I'm a piece of crap. That doesn't take away from that. Now they're fighting with somebody else. Like I would rather stand on my own than to make fake allegiances, or that never works in your favor and it always backfires. If you support somebody or make amends with somebody like organically, genuinely, that's different. But hate bonding never lasts. It doesn't.
I
And
mean,
it's
the week
weird.
before they were calling them the worst fucking name in the
I
book,
know.
and then the next week they're sharing and promoting each other. I don't play that game.
No. How do you switch so quick? Right? Last week, oh, butt shot Cindy, and because today you don't like Tara Nicole, I'm gonna go in your chat. No, sir. No, ma'am. Fuck you. Still, like, what is happening?
And by the way, y'all, just so you know that if anybody talks about Cindy in any kind of nudes, it was only her ass.
Yes,
That's
it was
it.
it was a
And it was
shot of my rear end. There's
Yes.
no other pictures of me on the internet. I
None.
didn't send them to multiple people. I didn't send them on the internet. It happened
No.
off the internet, and some scumbag told some women on the internet, and that's how it came to the internet. I never brought it to the internet because that is another thing. Oh, well, you talked about it on the internet. I didn't bring it to the internet. Okay. Other people brought it to the internet against my will, and it was one picture and one person, and it never happened again, nor will it ever happen again.
And
it was against my better judgment.
Your booty is quite nice. I'm like, damn, I don't have an ass. Like, my ass is flat. I'm like jealous. I only saw your ass, and it was a nice ass.
I sent it to JJ because I wanted her to see what I sent, because I'm not a fucking liar.
No, she did. She sent me exactly what had happened right before it was about to blow up, and I'm like, Sin, I want to kill you because
I know.
Why would you fucking do this?
I know.
I wanted to kick your ass. But at the same time, I understood, like, you had a man, someone
lied to me. He lied to me.
Yeah.
Said he was separated, living in a separate apartment. And that's what people don't understand. I don't talk to married men. That's not a fucking thing.
Yep. He lied. Yeah. He lied. Cindy would never be trying to be with a married man. That's some bullshit. No. That's some like well, I won't say names in the community. I won't do it. I won't do it, right? Because then I'm the worst.
But that's not my style. I don't have to seek out unavailable men. I don't have to seek them.
Hold on. All right, guys, I gotta go. My daughter is here.
Oh, tell her I said I love her so much.
Okay, I will. Did you hear, Jules?
Hi, Jules. I love you.
Hey, Jules.
Here she is. No, you're not on camera. No.
No.
So you can say hi.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. Hi, beautiful.
Hi.
Hope you're well. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming up. Go enjoy your beautiful daughter.
Maria,
and you guys make sure to turn on your notification for Cindy's live tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all. Thank you for having me. I love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming. Have a good day.